California, and inside O.co Coliseum. Our coverage of the American League Division Series on TBS is presented by T-Mobile. Welcome to Oakland, where the site of Game 5 of the American League Division Series is between the Detroit Tigers and the Oakland A's. Welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo with Dennis Eckersley and Buck Martinez. David Aldridge will join us in a moment. Well, the Detroit Tigers took Game 4 of this series and forced this Game 5. It is the second straight year these two teams will play 5 games. And heading into this game for the Detroit Tigers, it's the second straight year their former Cy Young Award winner Justin Verlander gets the nod.
Well, I'll tell you what, if the A's want to move on, they got to do something they haven't done the last 2 postseasons, and that is beat Justin Verlander. Not an easy task. He's had his way with the A's. Just incredible. Absolutely dominating. There's a reason why he was a 2011 Cy Young MVP in the American League, and he showed his way with the A's. The punch-outs have just piled up. 33 strikeouts the last 23 innings. You're going to try to get him early to get him out of his rhythm, but easier said than done.
For the Oakland A's, a very interesting decision for Bob Melvin as they go with their Game 2 starter and rookie, Sonny Gray, who gets the nod tonight.
Yeah, Dan, it's a pretty easy selection when you consider what Sonny Gray did in Game 2. He is the part that the A's haven't had the last several postseasons. An impact starter, an ace in waiting, a guy that can shut down good hitting ball clubs. 4 hits for the Tigers, only 1 left the infield in Game 2. He is the guy that can push this A's team to the next round. Another key for Oakland, Coco Crisp. Against Verlander, he's hit well. He's 7 for his last 9 in this series. He needs to get on early and create havoc to keep Verlander from getting into an early groove.
So it's Verlander and it's Gray. It's veteran versus rookie. It's the Tigers and A's, and it's Game 5 of the ALDS next on TBS. We welcome you back to O.co Coliseum as we get ready for Game 5. And what is a beautiful night here again in Oakland as the A's take the field tonight for this 5th game. Conditions tonight are perfect. 64 degrees. Wind northwest at 10 miles per hour, and more of the same expected throughout the evening for this Game 5. Mostly clear. Right now, not a cloud in the sky as we send it down to field level. And David Aldridge. David?
Well, Don, the A's have more than just the pressure of Game 5 to deal with today. They have the burden of their recent playoff performance to bear. Oakland has lost 5 straight division series dating back to 2000, each in excruciating fashion. Now, of course, no one from that 2000 team is on the current team, save for GM Billy Beane, who continues to build winners out here. But another playoff series loss will continue the debate about whether Beane's methods of team building work in the postseason. Now, look, these players certainly believe that they're ready to break through. In fact, outfielder Seth Smith brought in 3 dozen of these Believe cupcakes to the clubhouse today. And, Don, they certainly believe in their 23-year-old right-hander, Sonny Gray. They think he can be the kind of big-time ace and shutdown pitcher that can not only get a team to the playoffs, but win a series. Don?
All right, David, thanks very much. Well, let's take a look at this batting order brought to you by T-Mobile for the Detroit Tigers, and there are a few changes in this order. Austin Jackson leads it off in center field. Torrey Hunter in right field with Miguel Cabrera at third base batting third. Prince Fielder is at first base with Victor Martinez, the DH. Johnny Peralta is not in left field in this game. He's back at shortstop with Alex Avila doing the catching, batting seventh. Omar Infante at second base, and getting his first start of the series and batting ninth is Don Kelly in left field. On the mound for the Oakland A's is Sonny Gray, getting his second start of the series.
What can you say about this kid? Last time out, saying, can he handle it? And did he ever handle it last time out? And that's the reason why he's on the mound tonight. The big decision, go with him or Bartolo Colon. This was the right decision. This kid is the future, and the future is now for the A's.
You have to have impact starters to win postseason games, and Sonny Gray is an impact starter.
There is Austin Jackson to get it started here for the Tigers. The first pitch of Game 5 is outside, and we are underway. Jackson has had a tough series for the Tigers at the top of their order. He is 2 for 15 so far in the series. And Jim Leyland saying before the game they have got to get him going. Kind of sets the table for the Tigers at the top of the order and has not been able to do so. Sonny Gray so impressive in his first start here in Game 2. 8 shutout innings for the right-handed rookie who deals with strike 2.
You can talk about that hook all night long, and we know it's a nasty hook, but you've got to establish your fastball. And the guy at the plate, he's punched out 4 times. This could be 5 coming up.
In the dirt, and he doesn't chase.
Early start time here in Oakland, and the sun is an issue, especially for the center fielder and the right fielder. They're looking right into that sun on anything hit in the line toward center and right.
Jackson fouls it off to the right. And of course, since last this series was here, and the last 2 games taking place in Detroit, the Oakland Raiders played a home game here after he departed after Game 2, and the effects of that are being felt in the infield. And in the outfield, they had to re-saw it in behind the shortstop area and third base. 2-2 pitch. In there for strike 3. Sonny Gray with a fast start as he strikes out Austin Jackson.
If you have any thought in your mind about that 12-6 curveball, and Austin Jackson does, this is a fastball, high middle, and he takes it.
2-2 pitch.
5 plate appearances against the kid Sonny Gray, 5 punch-outs. This one looking.
Stephen Vogt caught Sonny Gray in AAA. He knows him very well, and what a great call to go with that fastball to get the strikeout.
1 down for Torrey Hunter. Banged up his shoulder in Detroit in Game 3. A little sore in Game 4, not a problem as he comes back for Game 5. Sonny Gray right now picking up where he left off in his last start here. It is 0-1. He's gonna miss.
I mean, he's feeling it already with the fastball. We saw 96, but he can do a couple of things with it. A little two-seamer that he can sink, and every once in a while the ball sort of cuts on him, and he doesn't even try to do it on purpose. And everybody knows that put-away overhand hook.
little bit low to Hunter, missing at 96 miles an hour.
We talked to a lot of the Tigers about what they expect from Sonny Gray, and they say they expect the same approach they saw in Game 2. Use that fastball and try to get the decisive pitches of the at-bat with the hook.
Swing and a miss, that one by him. The pitch that was up, Hunter couldn't catch up. 2-2. Two pitch. Up again, ball 3. That's Torrey Hunter, a relatively quiet ALDS, coming in at 2 for 14. After a terrific first year in a Tigers uniform, hitting at .304 during the regular season. And primarily hitting in the 2 spot for this Tigers team all year.
You got to gas him.
On a line to second, it's caught by Callaspo. 2 down.
He threw him the fastball, but he didn't really get after it because that hook was in the back of his mind. Although he hit it hard, he didn't really extend through it.
Well, he had to throw a strike. First of all, you know, you cannot walk Torrey Hunter there, and that's a good stroke by Torrey. Kind of shorten it up a little bit. Line drive second base.
2 down now for Miguel Cabrera, still ailing. Leg problems this entire series toward the end of the year. Groin, hip, you name it, he's got it, and appeared to re-injure it in Game 4 on a throwing play from third base. It set him back a little bit. Gingerly moved around the remainder of Game 4.
Well, you saw his numbers in the first inning, 3 for 4, but after that, the legs start to go on him. He doesn't have much of a foundation after the first inning at bats.
The power has been lacking. As he grounds this one to shortstop, it's picked by Lowry, and it's a 1-2-3 first inning for Sonny Gray. But fired up in Oakland as their A's come to bat in the first inning. Ready for the bottom of the first inning back at O.co Coliseum, where the Tigers went 1-2-3. Let's check out the Oakland A's starting nine. It's brought to you by T-Mobile. Coco Crisp, top of the order, has had a great series for the A's. Josh Donaldson at third base with Jed Lowry at shortstop batting third. Yoenis Cespedes moves up in the order. It's been 7 for 18 in the series. Seth Smith's the DH with Brandon Moss at first base. Alberto Callaspo getting the start at second base. Eric Sogard on the bench tonight for the A's with Josh Reddick in right, and Stephen Vogt, who caught Sonny Gray in AAA a lot of the season, catches him tonight and bats ninth as Justin Verlander on the hill tonight for the Tigers in Game 5.
This is the man for the Tigers in postseason, especially against the A's. Not so good of a subpar season with a 13-12, but that's all forgotten the way he's been throwing recently. All started in September, and you see the last appearance against the A's, 7 innings, punched out 11. That's the third time he's punched out 11 the last 3 postseason games against the A's. They got to figure something out, and figure something out early.
And it's got to be Coco Crisp in my mind. He's 7 for his last 9 in the last 2 games. He scored 4 runs in the last 2 games. He's got to get on base and get into Verlander's head early. Last start, Verlander retired the first 11 batters he faced in game 2. They can't afford to let him get in that kind of groove tonight.
And again last year in game 5 of the ALCS, Verlander, the 4-hit shutout and 11 strikeouts in Detroit series, clinching 6-0 win over the A's last year, the 2012 ALCS. Here he is again. And here is Coco Crisp. Swing to the first pitch. He'll pop it up the shallow left. Don Kelly is coming in, and he makes the catch. Very awkward grab, but Kelly in the end gets it done.
Whoa. As a pitcher, you're thinking, I got an easy out right there. And then last minute, you see Peralta backs off a little too late. Kelly's uncertain, goes to his knees. Not an easy out.
Johnny Peralta starting at shortstop tonight. Kelly gets the start in left field, and he wasn't really sure if Peralta had peeled out of the way. So he had to make sure he caught it. He went down to one knee, and Kelly made 11 starts in left field during the regular season. Of course, Johnny Peralta, a 2-time All-Star shortstop.
One down for Josh Donaldson, who's had a very quiet series, hitting at 176 during the series. 3 for 17. I expected a lot more out of him based on the regular season he had. He'll take a pitch inside. You hear it over and over again from the Oakland A's. They've got to try to get to Verlander early, because if they don't, he can settle right in.
Well, there's a reason why Coco swung early. I mean, he's seen more pitches in this series, and the first time up he swings at a fastball. I don't blame him. Might have been the best pitch he was going to see.
Josh Donaldson believes the same thing. You got to get to Verlander early, get him into the stretch, make him uncomfortable, maybe bunt on him, play hit and run, but you got to get a guy out before you can really force the offense.
Donaldson, a guy who had 24 home runs during the regular season, 93 RBIs, and just over 300 at 301. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Elevates at 93.
Verlander would love to just go out there in the first inning and just throw nothing but cheese, because once he gets rolling, he gets in that rhythm, it confuses the hitters. He has so many pitches to get you out. Next thing you know, he starts punching guys out looking because they get so confused.
13 wins during the regular season for Verlander, who's 13-12. Not a great season by his standards. Swing and a miss. He strikes out Donaldson. First K for Verlander. 2 down.
Well, let's look at the Tigers defense behind Verlander. And Jim Leyland made a couple of changes tonight. He put Don Kelly back in left field. He started in game 2 against Sonny Grace. Jackson and Hunter. Torrey, the 9-time Gold Glover in left field. Big change on the infield is getting Johnny Peralta back. And Leyland told us before the game, he's much more comfortable with Peralta at short than he is with Peralta in left. And as we mentioned, he's a 2-time All-Star as a shortstop. Alex Avila and Justin Verlander teamed up once again.
2 down here in the first inning for Jed Lowry. Lowry, who had a big game 4, as it turned out, and put the A's by himself on top 3-0 at one point in that game. His RBI single, his 2-run home run, but it was the Tigers who win game 4 and force this 5th game. And the only 2 hits that Lowry's had in this series, he is 2 for 16.
But on short series, you don't need many hits, you just need big hits, and Lowry had big hits in Detroit.
Lowry reaches out, fouls it off to the left. Now, Bunker, look at that performance for him. The RBI single. They've got it started for the Oakland A's, who jumped on top 1-0. Then this 2-run shot puts them on top 3-0, just out of the reach.
He got off the schneid with that base hit, RBI, and then later on got a cutter from Pfister and took him deep. I thought that was a big blow at the time. 3-0 Oakland.
In the dirt, and it evens at 2-2.
Looks to me like Verlander's trying to establish his fastball changeup here. early in the ball game, and that has been a pattern he has used very successfully throughout his career. Come out, throw the fastball, command both sides of the plate, use the changeup, and then bring the curveball and slider in the middle innings.
Two pitch. And he strikes out Lowry. 2 Ks in the first for Verlander. A's are down 1-2-3. We head to the second without a score. Back in Oakland, and a look at our innovative stat brought to you by Nissan. Lowest opponent batting average versus curveballs for starters. And Sonny Gray, third in that category. Yu Darvish of the Texas Rangers on top.
Good company you talk about. I know he hasn't been in the league all that long, but that tells me I'd throw a lot of curveballs if I was him.
Another thing it says, too, all of those guys on that list are effective with their curveball because they've got good fastball command. They throw enough fastballs to get guys thinking about swinging, and that's when the curveball really comes into play.
Now Gray retired the side in order in the first inning. Now Fielder, Martinez, and Peralta for the Tigers here in the second inning. Sonny Gray's first Major League appearance came July 10th in relief. His first 2 appearances came out of the pen, and his last 10 starts prior to that start in Game 2 of the American League Division Series.
He's had Jet Lowry at shortstop, shielding his eyes from that sun. It's an unusual start time, and the sun is coming through the stands and shining right in his eyes. And just imagine somebody standing to the side of you with a big flashlight sticking it in your eyes.
He's battling it right now. Coco Crispin center field battling it as well as Josh Reddick. And right is that'll miss.
I mean, it could be worse. I've seen it much worse than that. You know, start the game with the shadow at home plate, but it's got to be difficult to hit, and it's got to be difficult right now with John Lowry to even field. And you see Reddick in right field.
They're battling the elements in the beginning of this contest. There's a 3-0 pitch to Fielder, and that is a 4-pitch walk. 2 walks for Gray in his first outing. He walks the lead runner here in the second inning.
Just like most starters, Sonny Gray is really trying to get into this game early. He has been through the first 3 innings, and that has been his toughest innings. They've hit 290 against him in the first 3 innings, and all 4 of the home runs he's allowed have come in those first 3 innings.
So Fielder at first to get it started here in the second inning as Victor Martinez checks in. Moss will hold on. Fielder at first base. Martinez takes the ball high. And this will bring Stephen Vogt out to talk to Sonny Gray. Well, a controversial home run in game 4. Off the bat of Victor Martinez to right field. The ball that Josh Reddick said after the game that he thought he could have caught should his fan not have gotten in the way, but it was determined by the umpires it was a home run and up over the yellow line and sort of inconclusive according to the umpires after the game as well.
Yeah, we talked to the umpires about that yellow line. They all felt that the trajectory of the baseball was going to take it above that yellow line.
Josh Reddick will never know if he was ever going to catch that ball.
Martinez grounds it foul. And it's a ball and a strike to Victor Martinez. He got booed pretty good upon his introduction here in Oakland. And of course he was involved in the discussion more than it was a fight by any means with Grant Balfour in game 3 in Detroit as he made his way out towards the mound and Balfour made his way in towards the plate.
Discussion is an interesting word.
That's the one I chose. I decided to go with discussion.
We never even got into that because that was sort of a, to me, kind of a silly situation, a 6-3 game and the confrontation and the bench is emptying.
1-1 to Martinez. It'll miss outside. And Sonny Gray during the regular season 5-3 with a 2.67 earned run average. First round pick, 18th overall in 2011. Well, 5 pitchers selected in the first round from 2011 who pitched in the majors already.
Seems to be happening a lot in this day and age.
Martinez turns on this and fouls it off.
I love it. I thought Garrett Cole, he started the decisive game 5 for Pittsburgh. He was the first pick in that draft. That Sonny Gray was the 18th. And why not push him? If they can't handle it, you drafted the wrong guys.
They don't make a lot of mistakes nowadays in that first round draft choice.
Fielder at first as Victor Martinez climbs back in. Two-two pitch in the air to center field. Struck well as back goes Coco Crisp onto the track to make the catch. Fielder back to the bag at first as Martinez gives it a ride to deep right center, but is retired for out number 1.
See Coco Crisp explaining to Reddick how difficult it was to see that ball. He plays deep, got a good jump and ran it down, but he was battling the sun throughout his path to that warning track.
You'd hate a sun ball to catch it, not cost you the game early on like that, but at the same time Martinez just missed hitting that ball way out of here.
So 1 down. Fielder still at first base. Here's Johnny Peralta. A decision made by Jim Leland to bring him from left field to shortstop. 3 for 8 in the series, and that includes a huge 3-run home run in game 4. With the Tigers at the time down 3-0.
See all the hitters going back to the dugout talking about Sonny Gray, seeing if they can put their heads together and come up with a good game plan against him.
Swing and a miss, and he's down.
Gonna start throwing more hooks right now. You can't hold back. You've got to have it now.
Yeah, especially to Johnny Peralta. He had a 2-2 fastball out of the ballpark for a 3-run home run. I think you've got to force him to put the curveball in play.
That was the pitch of the series, that 2-2 fastball.
Outside, 1-2. Buck, is there any advantage here for the Tigers having another chance to see Gray It's just a short period of time in between the last time they saw him, as good as he was the first time.
A little bit more information, but if he executes his pitches, it doesn't make any difference. We asked Jim Leland that before the game, and he said, how about your hitter seeing him for a second time? He said, I don't know if that's a good thing or not.
In the air to left field. Cespedes on the move towards the line. Is not going to get there, but it is a foul ball. Just foul down the left field line. Cespedes couldn't get there, and that nearly landed fair.
This has to be inches foul. Cespedes has to go a long way for this ball. It was in the air forever. Foul by about 3-4 inches. That's as close as it gets. It would have been a double right there with second and third. No one would have scored on that.
I'll tell you right now, for me, Sonny Gray doesn't have the bite on his curveball we saw in game 2. He doesn't have an explosive break to it.
Prince Fielder at first base. One out here in the second inning as Johnny Peralta is down to the count 1-2. Fouled off to the right, and we'll do it again.
This is where Stephen Vogt's knowledge of Sonny Gray is really going to help him out. He's caught Sonny Gray all summer long, first in AAA Sacramento and then here in Oakland. And he can get a real good feel for whether or not he should go to that curveball. He's got a pretty good heater right now early in this game.
He got away with one right there. When you throw 95, you can miss every once in a while, and then you don't have to pay for it.
In the dirt, and it's 2-2 now to Peralta.
He threw a roller to Peralta, but that he hit down the line there, foul. And those are the kind of rollers that go out of the ballpark. He doesn't want to make a mistake like that. Overcompensates, throws a biter in the dirt.
There he is again in a 2-2 count. Peralta got that 2-2 fastball and hit it out of the ballpark.
Up high and Peralta not chasing. Was Peralta returned for the final 3 games of the regular season after serving his 50-game PED suspension. And has been a big part of this postseason for the Tigers as they welcomed him back. Payoff pitch. And a swing and a miss. In between first and second, fielder is hung up. And they'll run Fielder down. It's a strike him out, throw him out, double play, and it ends the top of the second. Scoreless after an inning and a half from Oakland. Scoreless as we head to the bottom of the second here in Game 5, and a strange way to end last inning.
Well, it sure was, and Sonny Gray was really struggling. Here he gets the strikeout of Peralta, and Fielder was running. That's a big question mark because Gray strikes out so many people, and they run into an inning-ending double play, a strike him out, throw him out. Second time it's happened with Sonny Gray on the mound in this series.
I think just too aggressive to me. I know it's second guessing after it's over, but like you said, there's a punch out waiting to happen. This kid punches guys out, and you're praying that Peralta puts the ball in play, because if you don't, it's ugly.
Well, and that could be a big turning point because Sonny Gray was really scuffling. His curveball wasn't there. He wasn't locating his fastball. But the strike him out, throw him out, gets him out of a situation that might have turned ugly.
So Verlander ready to go here in his second inning. After a 1-2-3 first on 10 pitches. Recorded 2 strikeouts in that first inning. And here's Cespedes, who has been terrific in the postseason for the A's last year and this year again. 7 for 18 in this ALCS. That includes a home run. Jim Leland talking about Cespedes before the game, having a chance to see him on a more regular basis. Certainly impressed by what he sees.
Absolutely impressed. And he likes the way Cespedes steps up big time against tough pitchers. Like Verlander, hits good pitches as well.
Verlander's no dummy. I mean, he knows this guy tries to leave earth every pitch, and back-to-back sliders down and away.
Cespedes played left field only one time over the last 15 regular season games due to the sore throwing shoulder. It's not been a problem in the postseason as he jumps back out of the way.
Both managers shaking up their lineups a little bit. Cespedes moves into the cleanup spot. He had cleanup 72 times during the regular season, but Seth Smith moves up behind Cespedes, and Bob Melvin just wants to get as many hot hitters bunched up in the middle against Verlander.
In again.
You push him back twice. How do you finish him off? 2 sliders, 2 fastballs in. Has not thrown a hook so far early on. Gas away.
Driven towards the gap in right center field, but over is Hunter quickly to make the catch for the first out of the second inning. Let's send it to our Atlanta studio and Keith Olbermann. Keith. All right, Keith, thanks very much. Back here at O.Co Coliseum in Oakland, California. The site of Game 5 of this American League Division Series. 1 out in the second inning for Seth Smith. He takes a look at strike 1.
I mentioned Smith hitting in the 5th spot for the first time. Has hit well in this division series. He's a very patient hitter that has power to the opposite field.
5 for 12 in the series, and that includes a home run for the A's DH. Swing and a miss. Now look at the Chevy pitch tracks for Justin Verlander.
You see early on he's in complete command. Like I said, he hasn't really thrown a curveball. We've seen some 2 sliders, but here's a guy that throws a ball from 92 to 98 and only uses it 45% of the time.
There's a hard curveball. He buried that one in the dirt. Seth Smith doesn't handle breaking balls very well. They swing over the top of him. They throw him that curveball and then throw that back foot slider down and in, and trying to get him to swing over the top of it.
An up and down season for Justin Verlander, to say the least, during the regular season. 4 starts allowing 1 run, 8 allowing none, but 8 starts allowing 5 runs or more. 2-2 pitch. On the ground, foul.
Well, you mentioned the offseason. What's really interesting to me is that Justin Verlander, when he starts, the Tigers are 14-21, including that game 2 in this division series.
So 13-12 is not so bad out of 14 and whatever.
Not too bad
Not
at
too
all.
bad.
So he has kept his team within striking distance throughout the entire season.
There's fourth in the American League in strikeouts at 217. His 5th straight season with at least 200. But his lowest total the last 5 years. Struck out 11 in his first outing of the ALDS. And this is high here to Seth Smith.
I've just seen too many pitchers have great seasons, and then they come into the playoffs and they're out of gas. Not the case with Verlander.
Or Scherzer, for that matter.
Right.
Look at his 21 wins and all the innings he logged, and came out of the bullpen in Game 4. An amazing performance. Strike 3 call. Smith thought he may have gotten the ball, but he gets the bad news from Tom Hallion. It's the 3rd strikeout already for Verlander.
Well, this is a high strike, 3-2 fastball, top of the zone, outside corner. Got to have it. And he gets it.
That's really an important pitch for Verlander, because what that does is it spreads out the entire strike zone from the letters to the knees.
If you have to swing that ball up,
Yep.
if you have to swing that ball up, you're in trouble.
That's an old-fashioned strike.
2 down here in the 2nd inning for Brandon Moss. 2 for 15 in the ALDS. Does have a home run and had 30 of them during the regular season. And takes a hack at the first offering from Verlander.
Brandon Moss will do that over and over and over again. He's run into 30 home runs, and he has the confidence to say, I'm going to run into something. You keep throwing it, I'm going to find a mistake.
Yeah, strikeouts are no longer a stigma in baseball as long as you can knock it out of the ballpark. And when you think about it, for the course of a 162-game season, all you need is to square up 30 pitches, and you've had a heck of a year.
His best season in the majors, hitting a career high 30 home runs. He had only 36 in his career coming into the season. There's another healthy hack there. But for Moss, 51 home runs over the last 2 seasons here in Oakland, as he has found a home as an A. First full season in the majors since 09. They played the whole year that year with the Pittsburgh Pirates. Swing and a miss, and Verlander with back-to-back Ks, 4 in all, has retired the first 6 Athletics he's faced. No score after 2. No score through the first 2 innings. Well, after the game, watch Dirk Hayhurst's in-depth breakdown of the postseason so far and an all-new Behind the Mic powered by Ford. Watch this segment after the game at BleacherReport.com/Behind the Mic. Now the third inning of Game 5 of this American League Division Series starts with the bottom third of the Tigers' order. Alex Avila, Omar Infante, and Don Kelly anticipated here to face Sonny Gray as they stack it up on the right side of the Oakland A's infield into the shift here against Alex Avila, who is 2 for 12 in the series.
Interesting alignment with that shift because Kayas was on the edge of the grass. Normally when you see this shift, he's way out in right field.
This ground ball right down the line. Brandon Moss gobbles it up, tags the bag. 1 down.
Well, you just got to wonder whether or not that strike him out, throw him out that Sonny Gray got to end the top of the second is going to turn his game around because he was scuffling in that second inning.
It's like they may have done him a favor.
I think they definitely did him a favor. Of all guys, fielder, you don't expect him to be going anytime.
So 1 down, Omar Infante, 4 for 14 in the ALDS, off a .318 average during the regular season. Wind kind of swirling around here at O.co Coliseum. Infante will take ball 2.
Really, Sonny Gray is a 2-pitch pitcher. The fastball, he goes a couple different directions, but it's not an easy thing to be a starting pitcher and only have 2 pitches. You've got to have movement on your fastball to do it.
Well, right now he hasn't had that curveball we saw in Game 2. That's a real concern.
There's a strike, and it's now 2-1 to Infante. Infante now, Kelly next, as the Tigers bat here in the third inning. On the ground to shortstop, couple of hops to Jed Lowry, 2 down.
Sonny Gray's biggest challenge is the first 3 innings. The league hit .290 against him in the first 3 innings, and after that he settled in very comfortably.
Well, MLB Fan Cave is back in 2014. Players, celebrities, concerts, and more. You can be part of next season's team. Go to MLBFancave.com and apply now. 2 outs here in the top of the third inning for Don Kelly. He is 2 for 3 in the series as he takes strike 1.
That's the pitch that you want as a pitcher, that low strike, because that's where you're trying to throw it.
Buck, are you surprised that they sort of skipped their Game 1 starter, Bartolo Colon, for tonight's Game 5?
Not at all. Given what Sonny Gray did in Game 2, matching up against Verlander, I think this is the one piece that's been missing in the A's postseason game. An impact arm like Sonny Gray. And Bob Melvin wasn't going to waste the opportunity to pitch him in this game. You know, a lot of people criticize the Moneyball philosophy of Oakland, saying they're built for the regular season. They haven't had an impact starter like Sonny Gray for a while.
Well, the comfort of home might have had something to do with that decision, too.
And the uncomfortable Tiger lineup against Sonny Gray. 4 hits in 8 innings in Game 2.
2-2 now to Kelly.
He really hasn't had that good curveball we saw in his first start. At least not yet.
In the air to left field. Cespedes back a step, now in a step. A 1-2-3 third inning for Sonny Gray. With their 2.5 in Game 5. No score from Oakland. Be the first to know the latest news on all your teams with Bleacher Report's Team Stream app. Stay one step ahead. Check out Team Stream on your phone's app store today. Now it's on to the last half of the third inning back here at O.co Coliseum in Oakland, as Justin Verlander has retired the first 6 Oakland A's he has faced in this game, 4 by way of the K. And he'll deal now with the bottom third of the A's order. Alberto Callaspo, Josh Reddick, and Stephen Vogt. We're talking about the Oakland A's, and the A's have lost each of their last 5 winner-take-all playoff games, dating back to 2000. Matches the Indians, who have also lost their last 5 decisive postseason games, the longest streak of its kind.
These are tough games to win. You're facing guys like Verlander, Bob Melvin's team, a young team, and they have now knocked on the door a few times, and they're ready to take that next step, go to the next level.
Alberto Callaspo getting the start at second base. Eric Sogard had been there for defensive purposes more than anything else, but Bob Melvin saying that he could go to Sogard late in the game as a defensive replacement, but needs the bat of Callaspo in this game tonight. So here he is, as he takes ball 1.
The A's could have won this series. You think about it, the bases loaded, Scherzer appearance, 2 outs, line drive, Callaspo into center field. Jackson makes the catcher. That's a different ball game.
Callaspo was picked up in a trade from the Angels right at the July trade deadline, and he moved from third base to second base. Of course, Oakland had Donaldson at third, so he has had to make the transition to play second here.
Callaspo takes the strike, and it's 2-1. Did his best work shortly after joining the A's. He hit a .301 in the month of August after the deal. Second postseason appearance for Callaspo. He had a couple of at-bats with Arizona back in the 2007 National League Championship Series.
Difficult guy to strike out this year. More walks than strikeouts. That's hard to do. 47 strikeouts, 53 walks.
In the air to right center field. In comes Jackson. Got kind of a late break, but he'll get there. In the air long enough for him to run it down for the first out of the inning. Well, moments ago, we spoke to Tigers manager Jim Leyland. All right, Jim, let's start with Justin Verlander so far tonight. What do you see?
Well, he looks good. He's getting downhill again, downplaying. It looks like he's got a good curveball again. He hasn't thrown too many, but it looks like a good one. He's gone with a fastball a little bit more, but he really looks good.
What about Sonny Gray? It looks like he's got the same type of stuff you saw in Game 2 last time.
Yeah, he's good again. You know, it looks like he's not quite as sharp, but still, obviously, we got to get him early because he doesn't look quite as sharp as he did in Game 2.
Now 1 down here in the third inning as Josh Reddick stands in. And a swing and a miss for strike 1.
That's always a great pitch to use, knowing a lot of these A's hitters are trying to jump ship. I mean, that's what they do. They try to leave.
First pitch changeup, and he certainly had Reddick out in front.
On the ground right side, and Fonte plays the high hop for the second out of the inning.
Well, that's what Verlander does so well. He goes back and forth. He really messes with the contact point of at bats. He threw Reddick that first pitch changeup, had him out in front, and then beat him with the fastball, got him way back over the plate when he made contact and gets a weak ground ball.
I mean, he's on top of his game. You know, he throttles everything, like you said, and he can save a couple of things in his back pocket, like that hook, for later on in the game.
Well, and last we saw these Oakland A's here at O.co Coliseum was Stephen Vogt with the walk-off single, as the A's were able to secure Game 2 of the series. Now back here on their home turf for Game 5.
Maybe the best at bat for Vogt was these previous at bat in the 7th against Verlander, although he struck out. He saw everything that Verlander had to offer, and that set him up very well for his final at bat against Porcello in the 9th. He battled Verlander pitch for pitch, and Verlander won it. He struck out, the 11th strikeout to end the 7th, but he saw everything Verlander had, and he was on just about all those pitches.
Swing and a miss, that one by him at 95 miles an hour.
And Verlander was as emotional as you can see. Remember that the 11th punch out, he was in trouble in that inning. A great at bat like Vogt, like you said, and he punched him out like on a 98-mile-an-hour fastball, the hardest ball he threw all night.
First and third, 2 outs when he struck out Vogt.
Two and two now to Vogt.
Verlander's got quite a toolbox, man. He can do just about anything he wants. Last time in game 2, he retired the first 11 he faced to get off to a great start.
Foul back to the screen. Well, this was the game-winning hit for Stephen Vogt in game 2.
Porcello coming into that game out of the bullpen. Here's a starter for Detroit. First pitch sinker. He's all over it. Base hit. Big hit.
Now 2-2 count. Vogt batting out of the number 9 spot for the A's. Up and away for ball 3. Verlander has retired the first 8 Oakland A's he has faced in the game. 4 strikeouts along the way. Make it 5. Strikeout number 5 for Verlander wraps up the 3rd inning. We played 3 without a score. American League Division coverage on TBS presented by T-Mobile. I welcome you back to O.Co Coliseum in Oakland, California. This is Game 5 of the American League Division Series. Don Orsillo, Dennis Eckersley, Buck Martinez, and David Aldridge as the series forced to a Game 5 after the Tigers were able to take Game 4, holding serve at Comerica Park in Detroit, and now here we are in Game 5, a scoreless game, and so far well pitched again. Sonny Gray on the mound for the Oakland A's and Justin Verlander for the Detroit Tigers. And here's Austin Jackson, a strikeout victim in the first. He's got 11. Ties him with his teammate Brandon Moss in that category, and with Brett Boone back in 2001. Jackson will foul it off Vogt. They got a big piece of Stephen Vogt.
Jackson just looking to make contact. You know, in game 2, we talked about a strike him out, throw him out. He had a 3-0 pitch that he swung through. You see right there. Ooh, that's got to hurt. Right there on the bicep. No, chest.
Chest, bicep, a little bit of everything.
Whatever.
That took a big bite out of Stephen Vogt. Right now, he's not feeling a thing. He's thrilled to be in this game 5. Eric Norris, the second catcher there, carrying 3 catchers on this playoff roster.
To right field, Josh Reddick going back. We'll get there. Backpedaling for the first out of the 4th inning. Moments ago, he spoke to the A's manager, Bob Melvin. All right, Bob, let's talk about Sonny Gray so far. Your thoughts on what you see this time around?
Well, he's throwing the ball good. I mean, his ball-strike ratio isn't what we normally see, but he's got good enough stuff when he gets behind. He can still throw a fastball with the movement he has on it.
You know, Bob, you've seen this movie before with Verlander out there. What are you supposed to do with a guy like this?
Well, make him work, and hopefully he throws the ball in the middle of the plate. You try to get him out of his rhythm a little bit early in the game, but seems to be on it some. So you just got to make him work, get him out of the stretch, put some pressure on him.
Our thanks to Bob Melvin and Jim Leland this entire series. Both have been terrific. One down here in the 4th inning for Torrey Hunter. 2 for 15 now in the series. Hunter lined out to Alberto Callaspo in the 1st inning, 0 for 1.
I think we knew we were going to get good pitching performances tonight, but I didn't think we got 2 no-nos the first 3 innings.
Jim Leland was really impressed with Sonny Gray in game 2, especially the way he handled Torrey Hunter. After the pitch up and in, Hunter pointed out to the mound in an effort to intimidate Sonny Gray. And Sonny Gray later on said, that fired me up. And Jim Leland was impressed by the composure of the 23-year-old.
Good shot there as the manager looks on. The rookie Sonny Gray dazzling again tonight. This time on an even bigger stage. This is game 5. Out to check on him is Stephen Vogt as he misses with ball 3, 3-1. Only 1 base runner tonight for the Tigers. Prince Fielder walked to lead off the 2nd inning. That has been it. Seventh postseason for Torrey Hunter, but his first since 2009. Remember the Angels that year that ventured into the postseason. Fouls it off, full count.
Heck, you saw Stephen Vogt go to the mound. How important is it to have a good catcher and somebody you can lean on in a tough spot like this?
I like them to stay right where they are, but that was a good time to come because he was overthrowing the ball. I'm feisty, though. I think I can do it myself.
Stay where they are, so you don't want to see them.
Right. I know it's 3-1. I know I threw that ball a little bit too hard and high out of the zone. I got it.
Fouled off. We'll do it again. 3-2.
So you didn't really want a reminder, huh?
Well, at the same time, when I was 20 years old, somebody was going to tell me what to do. I couldn't tell them what to do. You got to have some time.
Just like Sonny Gray.
Hunter grounds it back up the middle into center field, a base hit. And the first hit of the ball game comes here in the 4th inning with 1 down.
You take whatever you can get right now from Sonny Gray. Fastball middle. Little sinkage. He drills it right back up the middle.
Miguel Cabrera.
1 down, Torrey Hunter, 5-time All-Star at first base. As Miguel Cabrera now stands in to get into the teeth of this Tigers order now. As Cabrera stands in, 0 for 1 tonight, and grounded out to shortstop in the 1st inning. Mentioned the lack of power lately for Cabrera with the leg injuries. Just 2 extra base hits in his last 113 plate appearances. That dates back to August 27th.
Yeah,
That's just not Miguel Cabrera.
Not at all. He doesn't have the legs to really drive, and they have been pitching him away, and that's generally in his wheelhouse. But he's not been able to drive that ball through the wall or over the wall in right center.
Drives this deep and far to left field. Back goes Cespedes onto the track at the wall. It is gone. A 2-run home run for Miguel Cabrera, and the Tigers strike first on top 2-0. 44 home runs during the regular season, his first of this postseason, and the Tigers jump on top 2-0.
And Buck, you just said it. They've been pitching away. They finally come in, and that's where a ball that he can get to and leave. And that is a huge home run. It's been a long time since he's left the ballpark. It couldn't come at a better time for Detroit.
This pitch inside is one that he can use his hands on. Here's the pitch sequence. They work him away, down out of the strike zone, and then try to sneak one by him. You can't sneak a fastball by Cabrera. They had had so much success away, but they get a fastball inside, and he can use his hands, and he's big and strong, and just drills it out of the ballpark.
So 11 shutout innings for Gray, and it comes to an end here in the 4th inning after the 1-out single to Torrey Hunter. Miguel Cabrera puts the Tigers on top 2-0. Now Prince Fielder had walked in the 2nd inning. Then another look at the home run by Cabrera.
Once again, fastball that he just left out over, and he's been getting a lot of fastballs. This A's team throws a lot of fastballs. You almost forgot all about Cabrera. You really have in this series. Not the same guy. Well, he just showed up right here, and he couldn't come at a better time. Game 5, he sort of flicks that ball out of the ballpark. I thought Cespedes had a beat on it, but he ran out of room.
The A's have thrown 80% fastballs to the Tigers, confident that they couldn't get the head out. Cabrera just did.
The Tigers offense coming alive really in game 4. That's kind of where it started, because they had just 6 runs in the first 31 innings of the series. They've had 10 in the last 8.
Like we said before, you don't need many hits, you just need big hits.
One-two. Fielder grounded down the first baseline foul.
A 2-run home run in game 5 feels like 10. I mean, it is really pressure packed, and somebody leaves like that, it just takes the crowd out of this game.
Once again, it just proves what a great hitter Miguel Cabrera is, and there's no way you can put a percentage of how healthy he is, but he is certainly a lot less than 100%.
Fielder grounds it right side. To the backhand goes Moss. Gray will cover for the 2nd out. So 2 down here in the 4th inning, and it'll bring up Victor Martinez.
Number 41, Victor.
Certainly a welcome sight for the Tigers. You think back to last year's Game 5 or the entire ALDS, and the Tigers didn't have Victor Martinez. Missed all of 2012, the left knee injury. But he rebounded this year and played in a career high 159 games in 2013 as their DH. Actually caught some games as well. 3 starts behind the plate, 2 in August, 1 in September. To left field and an opposite field base hit for Victor Martinez. 3 hits in the inning now for the Tigers off Sonny Gray.
That's the kind of hitter that Victor Martinez is. He uses the whole field. First time up, just missed hitting the ball out of here. Long fly ball to center field. That next time you see that little curve ball, he flicks into left field.
Yeah. He hasn't had the bite on that curveball tonight that he had in game 2. There's no question about that. That ball was middle out over the plate, and Martinez just stroked it in the left.
Now Johnny Peralta struck out swinging in the 2nd inning.
This club, Detroit, remind me, Peralta gets to the plate, they were done. 3-0. Peralta up with 2 on. That is the hit of this series. Not to say the Cabreras wasn't right there, but they wouldn't be here if Peralta didn't go deep in game 4.
All the momentum was headed towards the Oakland A's. Prior to that hit that you spoke of. With more on Johnny Peralta, who's at the plate right now. David Aldridge. David?
Guys, you know, you mentioned the 50-game suspension. It was not an easy decision for the Tigers to bring him back. Team president Dave Domkowski said that he had to talk to some of his players. There was a lot of emotion and anger directed toward Peralta when the suspension was issued. But Peralta did some things that really helped him with his teammates. He sought out individual players before the suspension was even announced to tell them what was coming. He talked to other people in the clubhouse, and when he came back, he was very contrite. Dombrowski said that the decision to reinstate Peralta came only after he talked to everybody on his team. Peralta served his penalty, and as Dombrowski said, we're a nation of second chances. Don?
Well, he's had his second chance here and has made good in this postseason for his team and his teammates.
Yeah, chemistry in this day and age is really important, and having a group of players that are going to fight for each other is huge. Torrey Hunter felt like there was that chemistry when he signed as a free agent with this Tiger ball club, and Johnny Peralta's been a big part of this team for a long time.
And this is line to left field for Peralta, and that's in for a base hit. Cespedes over to play it as Martinez takes second base, and now it's runners at first and second for the Tigers with 2 down.
Well, they're starting to figure this out a little bit. He's giving them a ton of fastballs, a lot of fastballs. And once again, this ball's down. It's sinking down middle, but you're looking fastball, and you got everything out of your mind. This is big league. This is big league hitters. They can hit that fastball, and I don't care where it is.
Yeah, Johnny Peralta is a 2-time All-Star, and we mentioned his 50 games away from the ball club. That's a big gap in at-bats, and timing is really an issue late in the season. And I spoke to both Lloyd McClendon and Toby Hara, the hitting coaches, and they said fastball timing will come quicker than your timing on breaking balls.
That's why the 2-2 fastball is a mystery.
Alex Avila. That's it, ball 1. Avila getting his second look at Sonny Gray. Grounded out to first base in the 3rd inning. Cause of concern here for Bob Melvin. His team has now fallen behind 2-0. Tigers looking for more here in the top of the 4th inning, and his young starter Sonny Gray has given up 4 hits in the inning on a couple of 2 runs here. That's a strike.
This is why I think pitching changes in the American League are more difficult to make than the National League, because you don't have the pitcher batting in your lineup. So Bob Melvin just has to make a judgment as to whether or not Sonny Gray can get back into a good spot in this strike zone. He's got to make a decision on his young starter.
There's nobody up right now. I mean, this could be a nuclear inning, one swing of the bat.
Buck, you were talking about timely hitting. Well, the Tigers have had that with runners in scoring position in this series. Detroit hitting at .429 as a club. The Oakland A's 139 with runners in scoring position.
Different level of experience. Veteran players in this Tiger lineup. Cabrera, Hunter, Fielder, Martinez, Peralta. All veterans have been down this road before.
Three and one now to Avila.
You just wondered when the Tiger offense was going to show up. You know, you kept thinking, well, Cabrera, he's hurt. And then you think of it, you forget about Martinez, that did a nice job and some big hits in game 4. Just a matter of time.
That's the benefit of playing a 5-game series. Got a chance to get the timing, come up with big hits.
Avila will take the walk, and this will load the bases now for the Tigers. And you wonder about some action getting going down there in the A's bullpen, as now Kurt Young out for the first time.
Yeah, they're starting to stir around. Looks like Brett Anderson is taking off his jacket. No, it's not Brett Anderson. It's Otero, and he's going to get loose in a hurry.
Bob Melvin's favorite pitcher lately is Otero, giving him multiple innings.
Well, the problem you have if you're the A's is that Verlander hasn't given up a run since September 18th. The last run Verlander gave up was a 2-out home run to Justin Smoke in the top of the 6th on a start in Detroit against Seattle. He's thrown up a lot of zeros.
been a 28-pitch fourth inning for Sonny Gray. Bases filled with Tigers. Omar Infante, the batter. Ball one outside.
I mean, that's all he has is fastballs. He's had decent location with it. You know, the ball down you see right there. Obviously, the fastball was up to Cabrera. But where's that hook?
Not been here tonight.
That's going to miss, and it's 2-0 now. Little room for error here for Sonny Gray in this spot.
There's so much movement on that fastball. Sometimes he can't make the ball go straight.
Infante, the 8th member of the Tigers to bat in the inning. 2-0. Fouled off to the right out of play.
The Tigers have just exactly what they want. A 2-run home run from Cabrera and Verlander on the mound, throwing up zeros.
And he's retired the first 9 Oakland A's he has faced in the game on 40 pitches, and 5 of the 9 by way of the K. (2-1) to Omar Infante. Fouled back and out of play.
Boy, he did him a favor right there. 2-1 fastball up out of the zone.
The A's faithful trying to root on the rookie here to get out of this jam in the 4th inning and minimize the damage of this top of the 4th inning.
If there's a time for a biter curveball, it would be right now.
But he hasn't had it yet tonight.
Infante on the ground to shortstop. Lowry will go to first, and that will end the inning. Miguel Cabrera has hit a 2-run home run as the Tigers score a pair and take a 2-0 lead through 3.5. Well, the upcoming schedule is brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. The NLCS exclusively on TBS gets underway tomorrow. LA Dodgers, St. Louis Cardinals, game 1, and the pregame gets started at 8 p.m. Well, the Red Sox in the American League Championship Series are awaiting the winner of this series between the Tigers and Oakland A's, and the Tigers have drawn first blood. A 2-run home run by Miguel Cabrera of Sonny Gray has given the Tigers a 2-0 advantage. Justin Verlander returns to the hill, having retired the first 9 Oakland A's that he has faced in this game, and it's the top of the order again. Coco Crisp, who fly to left in his first at bat back in the first inning.
That was a big last out. Infante to end that inning with bases loaded keeps them in this game. They're one hit away from letting this game get away from them.
Yeah, right now it's a bloop and a blast, and you're tied up again.
And on the grass at third is Cabrera, just in case. Well, Buck, if you're the Oakland A's, you've got to find a way to get Coco Crisp on base.
Yeah, and he's done a great job of that over the last 2 games. He was 7 for 9 coming into this game. Bob Melvin knows that Crisp is the igniter. He's done a great job throughout this series, seeing a lot of pitches, getting himself on base, and he's got to do that against Verlander.
Well, on the ground to shortstop this time. Peralta fields and throws in time to get Crisp for the first out of the 4th inning. So they will keep Coco Crisp off the base paths once again, 1 down.
Jim Leyland was telling us about his decision to put Peralta at shortstop in this game 5. He said, heck, he was an all-star shortstop twice. Why would I be concerned? He says, I'm a lot more comfortable with him at short than I am with him in left. Plus, it gets a left-handed bat in the lineup against Sonny Gray.
It's like, was it shocking all of a sudden? Hey, Peralta's playing short today. Huh? Wasn't it?
Yeah, big deal. He plays pretty well.
Now 1 down for Josh Donaldson. He's just 3 for 18 in this series. Appears to have a very bright future for the Oakland A's.
Yeah, he's found a home at third base, that's for sure. Originally a catcher, and he started out last season catching. But right now he knows that they've got to do something to disrupt Verlander. He is really settled in very effectively early in this game. They got in between on signs. Verlander said, okay, I want to throw the hook, and then Avila threw down an inside fastball right at the end, and they had to regroup and start over.
He's done that several times. You know, he likes to hit and go. He's kind of an anxious guy on the mound, and there's this great pitcher, but you know, it works for him.
In there for strike 2.
Oh. Is that nasty or what? After you haven't seen it, and he throws a good one.
Middle innings, he's finally getting to that curveball.
Look at this hook. I mean, this looks like a monster when you haven't thrown it.
Donaldson takes it down and away.
Yeah, Verlander's feeling it right now. He's got everything working. He can think of any pitch he wants to, and he can execute it. That last slider just missed down and away.
He's doing exactly what he's trying to do. I mean, ball's in, he gets them in.
Ahead of Donaldson, here's a 1-2 pitch. In the air to center field. Austin Jackson back a few steps and over. Pulls it in for the second out of the 4th inning.
A very defensive swing with 2 strikes made him reach for that slider, and all he could do was hit a lazy fly ball into center.
Now batting shortstop, number 8, Jed Lowry.
So 2 down, and 11 in a row to start this game 5, retired by Justin Verlander. Takes us to Jed Lowry, who was a strikeout victim in the first inning. One of 5 strikeouts so far for Verlander. Strike 1.
Verlander coming into this game in his last 5 starts in this ballpark. 4-0 with a 0.49 ERA. 42 strikeouts in 37 innings.
I think he likes the mound.
Flared foul off to the left, and it's 0-2.
I mean, that's the deal. And this has always been a great pitcher's ballpark. But you're right, you come on to a new ballpark, get onto the mound, and then there's something that feels good about it. Sometimes home plate appears to be about 35 feet away.
And the backdrop here is way far away. It's not like it's you feel like the hitter's right on top of you, but he must feel like it.
As you said earlier, heck, this is the same movie. Justin Verlander pitched a 4-hit shutout and registered 11 Ks. And Detroit series clinching 6-0 win over the A's in Game 5 of last year's division series. And here he is again. So far on top 2-0. Does not have a blemish yet. There's a 1-2 pitch. That's outside.
But they talk about rhythm all the time. Watch him. I mean, he's getting it and throwing it. You only get him out of rhythm when you get a guy on first base. Then he has to, back and forth, change it up a little bit. But you get a pitcher of his stature with his rhythm, forget about it.
Lowry hits it on the ground to second, and Fonte on to first, and Verlander has retired the first 12 A's he's faced. His Tigers have a 2-0 lead at the end of 4. Fifth inning with the Tigers on top 2-0 thanks to a 2-run home run by Miguel Cabrera in the 4th inning. And it's Don Kelly who leads it off here for the Tigers in the 5th. And Sonny Gray earning his right to return to the mound after getting out of the jam in the 4th inning. Tigers, after getting the 2-run home run by Cabrera, had the bases loaded with 2 down, but he got Infante to ground out. There's a strike to Kelly. Well, Kelly, who got most of his work against right-handers, 168 at bats against righties, 48 against lefties.
A better curveball there, although it was low, but it had some bite. Had a good angle out of his hand, and he hasn't had the curveball tonight like he had in Game 2.
Never seen so many fastballs, but he gets away with it. There's a lot of movement.
2-1 to Kelly. That'll miss. 3-1. Tigers sent 8 men to the plate in the 4th inning, and Gray had to throw 33 4th inning pitches. There's ball 4 and a leadoff walk for Don Kelly. That is the 3rd walk surrendered by Sonny Gray. 2nd leadoff walk of his outing.
You see so much movement on that fastball, he can't put it in the strike zone.
Yeah. As a catcher, what you have to do at that point is sit in the middle. You can give him location, but still sit in the middle of the plate and let that ball work to the corners. But you've got to get a better angle on that fastball to try to get it in the strike zone.
So lead runner on here for the Tigers. Austin Jackson, the batter. He is 0 for 2. Back to the bag is Kelly. Austin Jackson struck out in the 1st, lined out to right in the 4th inning. He bats now. Torrey Hunter will be next. Another throw over, and Kelly back to the bag.
Jim Leland might play hit and run, even though it sounds unusual because Jackson strikes out so much, but it'll cause him to shorten up his stroke just to put the bat on the ball.
The 3 walks for Gray match a career high in his young career. With more on Austin Jackson, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, it's been a brutal series for Austin Jackson. 2 of 17 now with 11 strikeouts. And Jim Leland said he was going to talk to him before the game, remind him that he's a very good hitter to shorten his stroke. But he didn't want to say too much to him about hitting. As Leland put it, I don't think my guys want to hear too much from a player who never got above Double-A and hit .228 lifetime, Don.
You got to love Jim Leland. And you know, the amazing thing is, you think of what a great manager this gentleman is. And he said to us today, he is not much on meetings, does not do meetings. He will meet one-on-one with guys, but does not think very much of meetings.
You know what? You see him in the dugout during the course of the game. He's nervous. He's very anxious in the dugout. But boy, in the pregame meeting with us, he is relaxed. He says, I don't want to have meetings. I'm not a big holler guy. They don't want to hear from me. And he said, I'll talk to my guys individually one-on-one, but I'm not going to have a meeting. They know how important this game is, and they know it's a game 5.
Players love him. They just do. I mean, how could you not? He's got a great sense of humor. Doesn't look like it when you see him in the dugout.
1-1 to Jackson. Shows bunt, pulls it back, and takes strike 2.
Great players make great managers, don't they?
Every once in a while.
Don Kelly at first base. Austin Jackson 0 for 2 in the game, down 1-2 in the count. Swing and a miss, and Austin Jackson has struck out yet again. It's the 3rd K for Sonny Gray of his outing.
The last time up, he got Jackson on a breaking ball, hit it to right field. This time he slips the cheese by him. 1-2 pitch. Set up by that attempted bunt, strike 2, and this ball is right by him.
Way by him. You can see the ball was past him when that barrel of bat got over the plate. We mentioned this in game 2. Sonny Gray might get beaten by the Tigers, but he won't be intimidated. He's not shying away from this lineup.
1 down, 1 on for Torrey Hunter. Seemed to get it started in the 4th inning. There's a pretty big cut there for Hunter as he can't get it for strike 1.
Might be the best hook of the night for him because it's in the zone too, and it's got a lot of bite to it. There's one thing throwing a curveball in the dirt. It's got bite, but no one's going to off at it.
You guys were talking about great managers. A couple up here to our left, Tony La Russa and Joe Torre, both in the house for this game. It's an 0-1 pitch coming to Torrey Hunter. Couldn't hold up. Strike 2.
Yeah, all of a sudden the bite on the curveball is back.
All of a sudden he brought it out.
He was flipping it early in the game, and now he's got it spinning.
one on, and an 0-2 pitch to Torrey Hunter. On the ground left side, Lowry will go to first for the out there as Kelly takes second base. Not hit very hard, and Hunter is retired, but Kelly into scoring position with 2 down.
Boy, that shows you the value of the curveball. Early in that at bat, Sonny Gray got 2 curveballs over to Torrey Hunter, and he was a day late on that fastball inside.
That's some serious damage right there. Hit it so soft that they couldn't turn it.
Well, Kurt Young has now been out a few times to talk to his rookie pitcher, Sonny Gray. They are going to be dealing with Miguel Cabrera yet again. And of course, last time up for Miguel Cabrera, he did this in the 4th inning with 1 out and 1 on.
The mistake of the game, high fastball to Cabrera. He doesn't exactly crunch it, but he hits it well enough to get out of here. And with the importance of this game, that is an absolute bomb as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, and he got to it easily, and he used his hands. And we have talked all throughout this series how he doesn't have his lower half underneath him because of that injury. But boy, he can turn on it. He's got maybe the best hands in baseball as far as getting the barrel to the ball.
That's with 2 down. Kelly at second base.
Yeah, the visit by Kurt Young, just a reminder to Sonny Gray, let's stay away from this guy. We tried to sneak one past him the last time, and Kurt Young just trying to clear his young pitcher's mind as to far as how he should attack Cabrera.
Outside again, 2-0. Well, in Tigers postseason history, in the RBI category, Hank Greenberg has the most with 22. Miguel Cabrera now has 21 postseason RBIs. One behind Hank Greenberg all time in Tigers history. And now, with them getting down 2-0, they're just going to put him on and not deal with him at all. This will be the 4th walk given up by Sonny Gray, the first of the intentional variety.
And that's why you deal with Cabrera in the first base, because of this guy. Fielder on deck. I mean, how he could get those numbers is beyond me, because a lot of it has to do when they've got Prince. I mean, there's no doubt about it. He showed up last year and he got the Triple Crown, and he had a lot to do with it.
Want to know the secrets of being a home run hitter? Tim Ferriss shows you how to knock it out of the park. Go to upwave.com/baseball.
Well, they certainly rattled Prince Fielder's cage by issuing the free pass to Cabrera. He put up big numbers again this year, 25 and 106.
Walked in the 2nd, grounded out in the 4th inning, and takes strike 1.
The 25 home runs is short for him. You're talking about a guy that hit 50 at one point in his career in Milwaukee. He's been kind of forgotten in this series too.
He's been late on fastballs. He hasn't been able to pull the ball very often.
On the ground back to Gray, who knocks it down and flip underhanded for the out. That ends the top of the 5th inning. We're halfway through Game 5 of the ALCS. Tigers lead it 2-0.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Office of the Commissioner of Baseball and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent.
Back at O.co Coliseum in Oakland, California, where the Tigers have a 2-0 advantage. Justin Verlander has retired the first 12 Athletics that he has faced in this game. And he'll be dealing with Cespedes, Smith, and Moss, 4, 5, and 6. Miguel Cabrera has provided the difference in this game, a 2-run home run in the top of the 4th inning. As Cespedes makes his way to the plate, he'll be looking for his first hit. A's are looking for their first hit. Cespedes has had hits in all 9 division series games in which he has played. Only one player had hits in each of his first 10 series division games played, Darren Erstad, from 2002 through 2005. Cespedes obviously does not have a hit tonight. He's 0 for 1. Flied out to right field in the 2nd inning. Strike 1.
It's kind of a beautiful thing when you got 2 runs. I know it's not a lot, but you don't have to be so concerned with that first pitch strike, somebody jumping yard on you.
He comes back with a great changeup, and like I say, he got into everything early, so he commanded all his pitches early in this ballgame. And now he's got just about anything he wants that he can use anytime.
And incredibly economical. 53 pitches as he deals with his first batter here in the 5th inning. That's 7 shutout innings in game 2. Here he is in the 5th in game 5. Popped up in the infield, and Peralta, the shortstop, behind second for out number 1.
Verlander put that pitch exactly where he wanted it. Up and in, tied him up. Cespedes has the ability to knock the ball out of the ballpark when he can get extension. But Verlander has had great command of all of his pitches tonight.
1 down here in the 5th inning for Seth Smith. He struck out looking in the 2nd inning. Verlander with 5 strikeouts. In the dirt, and it's 2-0. It's not happened too much where Verlander's been behind.
Well, I think what you have to do is make him slow down. I mean, you can't get back in the box too quick. I mean, sometimes that's the only thing that a hitter can do, although Seth is right back in there.
Smith with a swing and a miss. Elevated fastball at 95, and he chased.
Yeah, when you let the pitcher dictate the tempo of a ball game, you're going to be in trouble. And right now, Verlander's dictating the tempo of the ball game. He's ready, he's set, and anytime you see a pitcher that wants to work this quickly, he's feeling pretty good about his stuff.
His 2-1 pitch, and a swing and a miss by him again. 2-2.
When you got the kind of hair that he has, 2-0, he can go right after somebody. 95, 96.
Fouled off to the left out of play.
Seth didn't know what he was going to throw right there. He just tried to flick that foul. The ball was by him. He wasn't quite sure he was going to get the fastball or not.
Well, you got to shorten up with 2 strikes anyway. And he has been economical. He's thrown just 59 pitches to this point. And you put a lot of doubt in a hitter's mind when you have so many pitches you can throw for strikes.
Very high for ball 3. Full count.
He's trying to gas him inside right there. Came out of his wind up a little bit. Out of his delivery. He hasn't had that many 3-ball counts.
One out, base is empty. Payoff pitch from Verlander. Foul back by Smith. Seth Smith spent his first 5 seasons of his career with the Rockies. Here in the postseason twice with Colorado. 2009 and also in 07 when the Rockies reached the World Series.
High fastball is hard to lay off of when you got to be geared up for it. You don't want to get caught looking at a fastball.
3-2 again. On the ground, but well placed as Peralta's back there to throw him out. He was aligned perfectly defensively. In behind the bag at second. He was shading him in that direction. Smith retired 6-3, 2 down.
One of the few balls hit pretty solidly, squarely, you know, and the defense is playing right there. Peralta makes it easy.
Defensive alignments are so important in this day and age. There's so much information available to teams that they can watch hundreds of at-bats and get a great idea when a hitter hits the ball well where it's going to be.
That's why they're lining. They're lining up when he does hit the ball well, where does he hit it?
2 down for Brandon Moss. Looks at strike 1. Apparently over the outside corner.
Whoa.
He doesn't need any help.
No, not at all.
Now Moss 2 for 16 in his career against Verlander with 9 strikeouts in his 16 at bats. 11 of 15 first pitch strikes for Verlander on the night.
Well, Oakland wants to be patient, but Verlander's not allowed them to be patient because he's thrown those first pitch strikes.
Hard to work at bats. I mean, you talked about it earlier before the game, you know, trying to get him to work harder, get him deep into pitch counts, but he's coming at you, strike 1, strike 2. I mean, what do you do?
Exactly. I mean, we're going to work the pitch count tonight. Meanwhile, we're going to be in the 5th inning, and he's going to...
With no hits.
Yes, hello.
No hits, no base runners.
Foul tip and held on to by Avila. That is strikeout number 6 for Verlander. 2-0 Tigers at the end of 5 in Game 5. 6th inning? Well, to get exclusive behind-the-scenes access and expert opinions from the biggest names in sports, check out Behind the Mic, powered by Ford on BleacherReport.com/Behind the Mic. That's the 6th inning back at O.Co Coliseum. And we'll see Victor Martinez, Johnny Peralta, and Alex Avila to face Sonny Gray, who is 92 pitches deep into his outing as he starts this 6th inning. 2 runs for the Tigers coming in the 4th inning on the 2-run shot by Miguel Cabrera. Tigers were threatened further in that inning as they had the bases loaded with 2 outs, but Omar Infante grounded out, and Gray got out of any further damage to keep this just a 2-run contest. Victor Martinez has flied out to the warning track in center and singled out to left field as he takes ball 1.
Victor has been locked in since the All-Star break. Leading hitter in the American League after the break. This is a guy that doesn't run at all.
No,
so
he
he's
doesn't
getting
get
his
any
knock.
leg hits.
Right.
Missed all of last year because of knee surgery, and the first half of the season he didn't really have good feel with the leg drive. Before in the second half he has turned it on. Great breaking ball hitter, good run producer, has the ability to come up with clutch hits, and boy, he really lengthens out the lineup. You can see they're scrambling quickly down in the A's bullpen now. Looks like Doolittle just went back down there. Nobody throwing yet, but Sonny Gray's done a nice job of keeping this Tigers team within striking distance.
Martinez takes the strike, batting in his familiar number 5 spot. He's been the number 5 hitter for the Tigers. Started 150 games as the 5th batter in their order. Switch hitter batting .314 against right-handers, .279 this year against lefties. And to center field and a base hit for Victor Martinez. He is 2 for 3 in this game.
Boy, he can hit. He is all over it. You throw a ball out over the plate. He's not trying to get too big at all, and hits a bullet right back up the middle. Fastball. Forget about it. It's a big league hitter right there.
Both sides of the plate. He's got good coverage. Doesn't try to do too much. He knows what a pitcher's trying to do to him. Now you see Otero up for a second time. He's going to get loose in a hurry. It won't take him long to get ready.
Lead runner on here for Detroit. Johnny Peralta gets his 3rd look at Sonny Gray. Peralta struck out in the 2nd. He singled in the 4th inning. Move the center fielder Coco Crisp over to right center. Lots of room out there in left center field for Peralta. And it's to left. Cespedes is not going to get there as it drops in for a base hit. Victor Martinez goes to second base. He rounded second but stays there. And the first 2 Tigers have reached here in the 6th inning on back-to-back base hits.
For a guy that hasn't played and missed 50 games, he is all over it. Last time he got a fastball down, base hit, line drive. This time ball up a little bit, but still turns that ball over. He flips his hands. He's a Deadpool hitter.
And a good fastball hitter, and Sonny Gray gives him another fastball, and that's going to be the end of the night for Sonny Gray. And Otero is going to come on.
Much different result for Sonny Gray here in his 2nd postseason appearance as he departs, trailing 2-0, responsible for the 2-men on. National League Championship Series coverage starts tomorrow on TBS with the postseason pregame on TBS presented by Jeep at 8 p.m. Eastern. Then it's game one. The Los Angeles Dodgers at the St. Louis Cardinals. Zach Greinke and Joe Kelly in the first game, followed by the Johnny Walker postseason show. With Sonny Gray, much different results here in his second postseason start. Departs trailing 2-0.
You see the 4 walks there. He had some control problems. Obviously didn't have his hook early in this game. A lot of fastballs, but kept them in the game.
There's Dan Otero, who has been very good for the Oakland A's. And a go-to guy for Bob Melvin.
He's the right guy for the job right now. You need a ground ball.
Here is a ground ball. Knocking it down is Moss at first. He'll go to second with a low throw, but it's dug out by Lowry. They force out Peralta and retire the middleman at second base for the first out of the inning.
What a big play by Moss to keep the ball on the infield, but then he's able to get the runner at second. That keeps the double play in order. He knocks it down, keeps it on the infield. He was looking for a bunt. He was in on the grass, but he's able to wave that ball down, gets the glove on it, and now he keeps the double play in order by getting that runner at second. And Otero, he's a ground ball machine, so that's a huge play by Moss.
Well, he kind of stung that ball. Avila, sinker ball up. He was trying to get that ball down, made a mistake, got an out anyway.
There's Omar Infante. He grounded out with the bases loaded his last time up. Now takes a pitch inside. It's kind of running in on him. And the Tigers 9 for 24 with runners in scoring position in the series. And Victor Martinez at third, Alex Avila at first with 1 out.
One problem they've had, the Tigers have hit into 5 double plays in this series. That's why Otero's in here with that bowling ball sinker.
Here's the ground ball to third. Donaldson will go to second for 1. A bobble there. Run will score. They do get the out at second base, but Martinez scores. And they're saying the ball came out on the transfer is the indication at second base by Mark Wegner. And this will bring Jim Leland out to argue as the Tigers have taken a 3-0 lead.
That ball was perfect. It hit sharply. You know, 1 hop to Donaldson. He gets it so quickly. I mean, right away when this ball was hit sharply, 1 hop, he picks it. He gets it there in time. 1 hops. Callaspo, he doesn't get a grip on it. You'd think this is going to be a double play ball, but the ball is in the dirt. He picks it. I don't know if he really had it. He had it the second time. But they're going to call a force out at second base. That is a big run for the Tigers from a double play ball to scoring a run.
Huge run, and Otero got exactly what he was hoping for. That sharply hit ground ball right to Donaldson at third. But they weren't able to turn 2.
Now Don Kelly bats. Infante picks up an RBI. Gives the Tigers a 3-0 lead as Victor Martinez scored. 1-0. Going to miss for ball 2, 2-0.
You know, Donaldson, he had more time after you see it, but at the time he's just thinking, let's get a double play ball in a hurry. I thought that Callaspo was a little anxious there, but that ball was a 1 hopper.
Look, I'm not sure he ever had it. Looked like he may have been juggling it, and that's what Leland was arguing.
It looked like he may have controlled it before Avila got there. It was in the dirt. He bobbled it. There's no question about that. But boy, that's unfortunate. And that was the concern Melvin had. He knew he was going to sacrifice a little defense second, putting Callaspo in there and not starting Sogard.
Well, Sogard will probably have a tough time too with that little 1 hopper from Donaldson.
That's a strike. Let's get one more look at the play at second base.
You see the ball in the dirt. I thought Callaspo came up clean with this. Then he comes out of his glove. Then he re-engages with it.
Yeah, he had it before Avila got to the bag.
You're right, at second time. Pitch is low, runner goes, and the throw is going to be ball 4. It doesn't matter. And down to first goes Kelly. So Otero with his first walk. Infante takes second base, and it's back up top for Austin Jackson.
Of course, Bartolo Colon was an option for Bob Melvin, but I can't argue with starting Sonny Gray at all, given what he did. Colon gave up a 3 spot in game 1. to the Tigers, and I just thought Sonny Gray just wasn't on his game tonight.
Austin Jackson has not been on his game at the plate in this series for the Tigers. 0 for 3 showing tonight, 2 for 18 in the series.
Could have had one of the biggest hits of the series. You think about the broken bat single off of Doolittle was huge last game.
This one fouled off. There's 12 strikeouts in this 2013 ALDS.
Isn't it interesting how easy it is to be critical of a hitter scuffling in the postseason, but you've got to consider the caliber of pitching they're facing and the scrutiny of those pregame meetings. I mean, you're wearing out weaknesses in those meetings. You're picking apart every little thing the hitter has problems with.
Otero spinning off the backside, no throw.
And that's why these teams are here, because they can execute pitching wise. All the teams that are the top teams have great pitching staffs.
Jackson fouls it back.
Yeah, when managers go to their relievers in this type of game, they're only going to go to the hot hands. Otero's had a hot hand for Bob Melvin.
He's gotten the ball up a couple times in this inning, though.
Otero trying to keep this right where it is. Tigers have added a run. 1-2. On the ground foul.
Boy, that sinker's diving, isn't it?
That's the good one.
Sinker ball pitchers get better and better the more they work. So there's no concern about overuse for Otero right now. The more tired his arm is, the better bite that sinker has.
Omar Infante at second, Don Kelly at first. 2 outs here in the Tigers' 6th inning. Jackson on the ground towards Callaspo at second. He'll fire to first for the out. That ends the inning, but the Tigers tack on another run for Justin Verlander. Detroit on top 3-0. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning back at O.Co Coliseum. It's Game 5 of the American League Division Series, and the Tigers, with 2 runs in the 4th, a run in the 6th, have a 3-0 advantage. That's the offensive side of this. From a pitching perspective, you can't do it any better than Justin Verlander has done it through the first 5 innings. He has retired the first 15 that he has faced in order on 66 pitches, and now has racked up 27 consecutive scoreless postseason innings. The run for the Oakland A's came in Game 1, and it was Coco Crisp who hit a home run in the first inning. Started in the 2nd inning of Game 1 of last year's ALDS, and he's not given up a run since that first inning last year. So here we go to the 6th. Alberto Callaspo leads it off. Callaspo flied out to center field in the 3rd inning. Here's a ground ball down the first baseline. The fielder has got, and he'll tag the bag. 1 down.
Once again, he does whatever he wants to do. He didn't get a first pitch strike in this at bat, which is a little unusual for him tonight, but right back to the changeup and gets a ground ball.
Yeah, he has really turned into a pitcher. He understands exactly how to take the sting out of the hitter's bats, and it goes back to his no-hitter in Toronto a couple of years ago. He really did a great job of getting into that game, using all of his pitches, and that second no-hitter of his career really made him realize that he can be a pitcher. He's a lot more than a guy that's just got a big fastball. He can throw anything over at any time.
I don't think it's all that important to him, even though he does punch out over 200 guys to punch guys out. I mean, a guy throws 45% fastballs with that kind of gas.
Yeah, and he's going to get to a point in this ball game where he'll dial it up a little bit extra. Later on in the game, he's put all of his pitches in the head of the A's hitters, and then he's got 96 to 98 in reserve anytime he needs it.
That's the amazing thing to me about Verlander, is that he can dial it up late in his outings, reaching back for extra that other guys just don't have.
In the no-hitter he threw against Toronto, he threw 7 pitches over 100 miles an hour late in the game. Just reached back and said, that'll be enough, boys. This game is mine.
A 1-2 to Josh Reddick.
In that game, the only base runner that reached against Verlander was J.P. Arencibi, who had a 12-pitch walk. Only base runner that reached against Verlander.
Reddick hanging tough here. It's a full count now.
He's got to throw a 3-2 center cut fastball.
Outside ball 4, first base runner for the Oakland A's. Verlander had retired the first 16 Oakland A's, but it's a walk here to Reddick. And finally something for A's fans to be excited about. They got a man on.
And the hitters as well. Okay, now we got a base runner. That's
something
a start.
Unusual, huh?
And for Verlander, it takes into the 6th inning for him to get into this stretch situation after working from the full line all night. Stephen Vogt with a swing and a miss.
It's the hardest ball he's thrown all night. First pitch from the stretch.
Yeah.
Sick.
So much for that mattering.
Right.
Up high to Vogt.
Yeah, don't forget about the fact that Oakland's a quick strike team as well. They were 3rd in the American League in home runs.
And especially comfortable here at O.Co Coliseum. Vogt hits it in the air down the left field line. This will make its way foul and land harmlessly short of the bullpen and up into the seats.
Verlander just looks so strong tonight for a guy pitching in October, all the innings over the years.
Oh, it's a perfect night to pitch, too. It's 64 degrees. You feel like the mountain man.
He looks like a mountain man.
Throw to first, and back is Reddick. Lead again for Reddick, 1 out. Vote down, 1-2 in the count. In the air to right center field. Austin Jackson moves back towards the track and will haul it in at the edge of the track. As tagging up is Reddick, he'll move to second base with 2 down. Jackson did not see that ball right away. It was very late to react, but he gets back to make the grab.
Yeah, he didn't see it off the bat at all. Looked like he was staring at home plate trying to find the baseball, but obviously he was able to pick it up, and Reddick does a nice job recognizing it was going to be caught, and he moves up 90 feet.
Two outs here in the 6th inning. Coco Crisp, the batter. Flied out to left in the 1st, grounded out to short in the 4th. Ball 1.
Coco hasn't seen all that many pitches tonight. Swung at the first pitch, first time up. A couple of pitches the second time up.
And been 7 for 14 in the series coming into tonight. 0 for 2 in this game. There's a fly ball to left field. Don Kelly's out there waiting. He puts it away. Justin Verlander is allowed a base runner, but it was a walk. It's 3-0 Detroit. Have a lead over the Oakland A's as we head to the 7th. Well, the end of the game is the start of the story. Unguarded with Rachel Nichols premieres Friday night, October 25th at 10:30 p.m. Eastern and Pacific. 7th inning. Dan Otero back on the mound again for the A's. Sonny Gray, the rookie, started, went 5+, giving up 6 hits and 3 runs. 4 walks, 1 was intentionally, struck out 3, and Gray right now on the hook as Otero at the 3 outs in the 6th starts the 7th, and Torrey Hunter takes a pitch inside. So 1 for 3 night for the veteran as Hunter singled the center field in the 4th. And we'll see Miguel Cabrera, the Prince fielder. Miguel entrenched in a conversation with some of the Oakland fans. It looks like he's behind home plate. Cabrera with the 2-run home run back in the 4th inning. Hunter down the right field line, but this will make its way foul towards the bullpen down the right field line. On the ground to third base, Josh Donaldson fields and throws for the first out of the 7th inning. Let's check in with Keith Olbermann in our Atlanta studio. Keith?
Number 24, Miguel Cabrera.
All right, Keith, thanks very much. Back here in Oakland, 1 out for Miguel Cabrera. Lifts a fly ball to short right. Cayaspo, the second baseman, is there for the 2nd out of the 7th inning. So they get Cabrera this time.
Well, you're really going to think that there's going to be a lot of second guessing of the pitch they threw to Cabrera. The only time they tried to pitch him inside throughout this whole series, and he hit a 2-run home run.
Well, there's 2 pitches in the series. I talked about the Peralta 2-2 pitch by Straley that cost him a 3-run bomb. That game, that's what you go back to, I think. And then tonight, obviously, with Cabrera.
2 down here in the 7th for Prince fielder. Fielder walked in the 2nd, grounded out to first in the 4th, grounded back to the mound in the 5th. Lines this to right field, and it's going to get in for a base hit in front of Josh Reddick, who's playing deeply in right field, but fielder is aboard with 2 outs, his first base hit of the game.
All these hitters looking for one thing, sinker out over the plate. This ball's down, and he puts a nice swing on this ball. Hits it solidly. You think Reddick's going to come in and make a catch, but it drops in easily in front of him.
One of the few hits Fielder has had to right field. He's able to get the head out on that sinking fastball, and that's a good sign for Fielder. Timing a little bit better on that pitch, and he was able to drive it into right.
2 outs, Fielder at first base, and Victor Martinez the batter. There's Sean Doolittle up in the pen for the A's, the other go-to guy for Bob Melvin. This is line to left field. Victor Martinez has an opposite field base hit as Prince fielder moves up to second base, and the Tigers have something going with 2 down here in the 7th inning.
Victor Martinez is feeling it tonight, hitting the ball all over the ballpark. You see that sinker away, he knows what to do with it. Puts a little slice the other way, and that's why he hits over 350 since the All-Star break.
Yeah, he's a career 300 hitter. In fact, the Tigers have 2 career 300 hitters in their lineup with Martinez and Cabrera. And he's healthy again after missing the entire season last year, and he's got his stroke down right now.
Well, Martinez red hot, 6 for his last 8 in the last 2 games.
This is going to be a tough matchup for Otero. He's a sinking fastball pitcher, and Johnny Peralta's been on all the fastballs he's seen in this series. Otero doesn't have much to attack Peralta with.
Well, Peralta takes strike one. Apparently got the corner. Peralta tonight striking out in the second. Since then, back-to-back singles to left field. One and one.
But it is impressive by Peralta the way he has swung the bat. It really is. You didn't expect that.
Big chunk of the season to miss. And you're facing pitchers that have made their regular turns, and Peralta's been able to make the adjustment.
Now, despite the fact the Tigers have a 3-0 lead, they're 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position in this game, and they've left 7 men on base. Otero, after getting 2 quick outs, gives up back-to-back singles to Fielder and Martinez. And now ahead of Peralta. Here's a 1-2. 2-2.
And that's all we've seen from Otero is sinker after sinker.
Yeah, the only thing that Peralta has to concern himself with is making sure he is patient enough to get that sinker up. Can't chase the one at the knees. It'll be a ball.
Well, Peralta, patient at bat here, has got a full count. The center fielder Coco Crisp over towards right center. There's a gap in left center for Peralta. Fielder at second, Martinez at first, 2 down. In the Tigers' 7th inning. Peralta chops it towards third. Donaldson will tag the bag and end the inning. Forces out Fielder. 7th inning stretch, and the Tigers have a 3-0 lead. American League Division coverage on TBS, presented by T-Mobile. Well, we're getting ready here for the bottom of the 7th inning back at O.co Coliseum. Justin Verlander getting ready for the 7th. Through the first 6 innings, he's allowed 1 base runner. It's Josh Reddick who got on via a walk, and that came last inning in the 6th. So he's got himself a no-hitter heading into the 7th inning, and this has been a pretty special night for Verlander once again.
Well, that's what we expect from him, don't you? Look what he's done to the A's over the course of the last 2 postseasons, consecutive innings, 28. He's on time. I mean, this guy, it's been a long season, but he's taken his game to another level here in the postseason. Has it all. Whatever he wants to do tonight, all of his pitches, his gas is there. I mean, this is the Verlander that the A's didn't want to see.
No, not at all. When you get in a certain situation like Verlander against the A's in this ballpark, the mound feels comfortable to him. The visual is very good. He looks in, he sees that gold uniform and says, okay, I can deal against these guys. And he's done it again. And he's been able to establish himself with the fastball early on. Then he brought the changeup into the mix first. Then he brought the hammer back in, and then he added the slider. He's been nearly perfect tonight, just the 1 walk.
And then you give him 3 runs. It's a beautiful thing.
Highly economical along the way as he works into the 7th inning. It'll be 2, 3, and 4 for the A's. Donaldson, Lowry, and Cespedes scheduled back against Verlander. Donaldson 0 for 2. He was struck out swinging and flied out to center field.
What Verlander has done, because he's pitched ahead so effectively tonight, he's taken the A's out of their normal attack. They like to see pitches. They like to work the count to get a hittable pitch. Verlander hasn't allowed them to do that.
Strike 1 will do that to you.
Best pitch in baseball.
Absolutely.
Donaldson 3 for 19 in this ALDS. And he takes ball 1.
I gotta have that nasty slider.
Right on the black, down and away.
Verlander's had 6 strikeouts along the way. One and 1.
Well, that's a pretty big swing. You're sitting on a 1-0 pitch. He's had a few of those swings like that this series. Swung through a lot of balls.
Yeah, he's trying to do something dramatic, but right now all you need is base runners. You need to put a couple of guys on. They've only had 1 base runner all night.
Donaldson out ahead of this. Fouls it down the left field line out of play.
He's playing right into that big swing. Threw him something soft that he couldn't keep fair.
Yeah, he wanted him to hit that ball knowing he couldn't keep it fair. So now Verlander's really got the upper hand. He's got 4 different pitches he can throw, and it's like, just pick your weapon.
What do you do? I mean, you just try to foul something off. If it's a fastball, if you sit on something else.
The only thing you can do is try to hit the ball over the second baseman's head. Just be short and quick to the ball. And don't think about a particular pitch. Boy, Alex Avila's having a ball tonight. Anything he calls, Verlander's able to deliver.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss, and Donaldson strikes out. Well, he goes up top to get him, and that's the 7th strikeout for Verlander. 1 down.
You know, Josh Donaldson's in swing mode. You know, after the first pitch slider, he just started swinging at everything. This ball's way out of the zone. He's playing right to Verlander. Not even close.
1 down in the 7th inning for Jed Lowry, who is 0 for 2 in this game. He's shortstop, has struck out and grounded out. Down the left field line, foul and out of play.
When you're catching a guy that's throwing like this, you feel like Yogi Berra, Johnny Bench. You feel like one of the great catchers of all time. Anything I throw down there is going to be perfect. It's a great feeling. Well, how about a little bit of this, a little bit of that?
But he's ready to change his fingers, whatever he wants, Verlander.
Oh, yeah.
You know, when he nods, he's ready to give him something else.
Breakdown against lefties tonight. The 0-1. Fouled off again.
That was a great example. He goes, how about this curveball? Nope, fastball. Nope, change it. Okay, I'll throw that one.
Yeah, just hurry up and give it to me, because this guy is about getting it and throwing it. I need my signs fast.
One out here in the 7th inning. An 0-2 pitch to Jed Lowry. Lowry on a check swing, and this is going to be a foul ball. He's not sure that was going to go foul, so he was almost all the way down to first base.
I'll tell you, I've never seen a swinging strike 3 and the third baseman almost throw you out. See a curveball in the dirt. Look,
it bounced.
no, it bounced and hit his bat.
Hit it.
I was going to say, what happened? Why is he even running to first?
He hit it, and it was almost a fair ball, and it bounced.
This is a one-hopper. This is a hook way in front of the plate. You see it bounce, check swing, and he's off to the races thinking this ball is going to be fair. I thought he check swing, thought he swung and punched out and running to first.
It was the cricket swing. He hit the googly.
Right. Now what do you do?
Here's an 0-2. He'll get a piece of that and stay alive.
How do you get a piece of that curveball?
Just lucky. Bounced out in front of home plate. Now, to me, he's got to elevate a fastball. He's got him looking down, down, down. Just run that fastball upstairs. It'll be a tough pitch for Lowry to take.
Change-up.
Lowry fouls it back. It'll stay alive.
Take your choice.
Yeah, like I said, he can call anything. Verlander's just going to shake him off till he feels good about what pitch he wants to throw.
You can't go wrong. They're all 4 good ones.
Yeah.
This will be the 90th pitch for Verlander. 1 out here in the 7th inning. Not that pitch count means very much when you're talking about Verlander. Or this situation, for that matter.
Here's a hook.
0-2. And fouled off.
That's a pretty good at bat here by Lowry. In defensive mode, he's thrown some biting curveballs.
He hit a one-hopper.
Yeah, do that.
He hit that 55-foot curveball and fouled it off.
These fans hoping for a rally right now. They're just hoping for a base hit.
Where's that high cheese? Let it go.
Here it is.
Lowry hits it in the air to left field. Kelly back towards the corner will have room as he makes the catch. Running onto the warning track for the 2nd out of the 7th inning. So 2 down, and it'll bring up Yoenis Cespedes. 0 for 2. He's put the ball in the air twice tonight. Flying to right in the 2nd, popping out to short in the 5th. The Tigers outfield playing for Cespedes to pull. Austin Jackson, center fielder, over towards left center. Cespedes, of course, with a 2-run home run in game 1. And of course, that was off Scherzer.
He hit 2 good pitches off Scherzer. He hit a curveball for a triple, and then looked like got a fastball for a home run.
On the ground, up the middle into center field, a base hit for Cespedes. Justin Verlander had a no-hitter through 6 2/3 innings, but it's broken up by Yoenis Cespedes here in the 7th.
That extends Cespedes' hit streak to 10 postseason games.
Started him off with a breaking ball. Didn't want to throw him first pitch fastball, but he comes back with a fastball. Kind of up a little bit out over the plate, but once again, Cespedes base hit up the middle. I don't think it's a big deal to Verlander. He could care less.
No. It's all about winning the game now. Cespedes with that streak extended to 10 straight postseason games.
Oakland A's getting their first hit in the 7th inning. Now Seth Smith will take ball 1. First season, when you're talking about postseason no-hitters, Don Larson's perfect game, Game 5. The 56 World Series. Roy Halladay, Game 1 of the 2010 NLDS. Not tonight for Justin Verlander. Swing and a miss.
He's still got 96.
I'm telling you, he could care less.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can get a hit, okay, great. Get it out of the way. Let's go. Bounce around. I'm trying to shut you out.
The pitches per inning is interesting, and that just speaks to the way he has developed into a pitcher. You throw 15 pitches an inning, you can pitch all night long. The elite pitchers are always around 15 pitches per inning.
He never throws the same pitch twice in a row.
Throw to first again. Cespedes back to the bag.
I don't know why he really cares that much about Cespedes.
Yeah, I don't think he's really got on his mind that Cespedes is going to run. I think he's just trying to break up the momentum a bit.
Drops in for strike 2, and it's 1-2. A nasty hook when he needs it.
I mean,
there it
please. Little dewdrop in from heaven, man. That is nasty, huh?
He has never come out of his delivery all night long. He's been smooth. He's been in rhythm. His timing has been exceptional.
Swing and a miss, and he strikes out Seth Smith. His 8th strikeout. And the no-hitter may be gone, but his shutout right now, he's got a 3-0 lead, is intact. NBA basketball returns with an opening night doubleheader on TNT. Derrick Rose makes his return to the court when the world champion Miami Heat hosts the Chicago Bulls, followed by the Battle of LA as the Lakers play the Clippers. That's Tuesday, October the 29th, only on NBA on TNT Premier Week, presented by Autotrader.com. Well, it's the 8th inning of Game 5 of the American League Division Series from Oakland. The Tigers with 2 runs in the 4th, a run in the 6th, come to bat here in the 8th against the 3rd Oakland A's pitcher of the night, Sean Doolittle. Made 70 appearances during the regular season. comes on here in the 8th to face the bottom third of the Tigers order. There is ball 1 inside.
Well, he will fill it up with a lot of fastballs. That's what you're going to see close to 90% of the time. Had a bad outing for him last time out against Detroit. He gave up the home run to Victor Martinez.
Vila with a swing and a miss. That's what you see. A lot of fastballs from Doolittle, and a lot of them are up.
And then he got burnt really on a broken bat base hit on an 0-2 pitch to Austin Jackson. Not a great way to get beat.
Yeah, knocked in the second run of that inning. That was the 7th inning in Game 4.
Vila takes strike 2.
He's done such a nice job for Oakland over the last couple of years. Either pitches the 7th or the 8th inning. It used to be him and Cook.
Vila fouls it back. Well, Sonny Gray started this game. The Oakland A's elected to go with their rookie for a second go around here in the series. Gray had pitched in Game 2 so successfully, pitching in 8 shutout innings in that first game. Tonight is touched for 3 runs in 5+ innings. And Dan Otero went 2 shutout innings. Now Sean Doolittle on here to pitch the 8th, with Oakland trailing by 3 as Avila takes ball 2.
Yeah, basically Sonny Gray threw one pitch he'd like to have back, that 2-run home run pitch to Miguel Cabrera. Otero gave up the run in the 6th inning on a ground ball. Could have been a double play ball. They couldn't turn the double play, and that allowed the 3rd run to score. Martinez scored from 3rd base.
Avila lifts it in the air down the left field line, foul and out of play.
When you pitch against the best, though, you make one mistake and it's going to cost you. The way Verlander's pitching tonight, you can't do anything wrong. As it was, he pitched him pitch for pitch in Game 2. Didn't give up anything in 8 innings, didn't get any win out of it, and Verlander either.
Avila hits a fly ball to left field. It sends Cespedes back, pedaling almost to the track as he brings in out number 1 of the 8th. Omar Infante coming up with 1 down here in the 8th. Infante an 0 for 3 night. He was grounded out twice to the shortstop, reached on a fielder's choice in the 6th inning, and picked up an RBI as that scored the 3rd Tigers run. Ball 1. Look back at this series, and the Tigers were trailing 3-0 in Game 4. All the momentum for the Oakland A's, and it has changed. This is going to be caught by Coco Crisp. Got a good running start in center field. Hung up long enough for him to run underneath it and grab out number 2.
Boy, he went back. He had a long ways to go for this ball. The ball wasn't hit all that hard. It kind of fooled him a little bit, but he caught up to it easily.
2 down in the 8th. And it brings up Don Kelly. That's out of the number 9 spot for the Tigers. Fly to left and walked twice. He's pitching. They have walked 5 in this game. 1 intentionally.
The unusual aspect of those 5 walks is none of them came in to score. Generally, when you walk against a team like the Tigers, they're going to cash it in.
That fastball is by him. Well, Miguel Cabrera cashed in with his first home run of this postseason, a 2-run shot in the 4th inning. One and 2. More gas from Doolittle. Those fastballs 90% of the time.
Well, he can get it up there. Left-handers have no chance.
Kelly strikes out. It's a 1-2-3-8 for Doolittle. A's will be looking to get some work done. They trail 3-0. It's time for the last half of the 8th inning back at O.Co Coliseum, and Justin Verlander back on the mound getting ready for this last of the 8th. He has been special again tonight. 29 consecutive scoreless innings against the A's.
Wow. Incredible. And he has been in charge obviously tonight, and he did it early with his fastball and then brought the other pitches into the mix, and he's been able to throw any pitch anytime all night long and command all parts of the strike zone.
He wasn't too bad the first time out. Game 2 he punched out 11 in 7 innings.
Brandon Moss makes his way to the plate. Verlander makes his way to the top of the hill. 8 strikeouts for Justin Verlander, who has struck out Brandon Moss on 2 occasions, in the 2nd and then again in the 5th. Moss 2 for 17 in the series. Oakland got their first hit in the 7th inning with 2 outs. And Yoenis Cespedes single to center field. There's the closer for the Athletics, Grant Balfour, warming up in the pen. No one's up and away. 2-0.
You got to make them work. You got to have base runners. That's why that 3rd run was so big.
Huge run. That's something the A's, they get a runner on, somebody runs into one with a 2-0 score. It's different now.
Pitch number 100 is a swing and a miss.
You wonder why he wouldn't take their 2-0.
Yeah, pretty interesting that he would chase that borderline pitch upstairs, but they feel like they've got to get after it. They haven't been able to square up anything tonight.
Moss takes ball 3. A rare occasion where patience has helped out here. And we'll see some stirring for the Tigers all of a sudden.
Everything's up in this at bat.
Moss will take the strike. Thought he had ball 4, but he gets the bad news from Tom Hallion.
Boy, he dotted him on a 3-1 pitch right on the corner. Didn't necessarily have to be a strike, but I got to have it.
Yeah, good movement. He put it in a good spot.
Moss strikes out for the 3rd time tonight. That's the 9th strikeout for Verlander. So he gets down in the count and comes back to get Brandon Moss.
Moss has a hard time even fouling a ball off tonight. A 3-2 pitch, middle, beats him. I mean, 3-2 fastball, you're sitting on it and you're late.
Well, Verlander made a good adjustment in this at bat. He missed badly with the first 2 pitches and came right back, got back into his delivery, and didn't try to overthrow that 3-2 pitch.
One down for Alberto Callaspo. He was fly to center and grounded out to first base. Strike 1.
First pitch changeup.
He's something else.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't give up. I mean, he hasn't had a lot of 3-ball counts tonight, but never gets too excited.
Ground ball down the first baseline. Fielder's got it. He'll take it himself. 2 outs in the 8th.
Back-to-back changeups. He makes quick work of Alberto Callaspo.
He did it the last time up. Same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing. 3 unassisted on a changeup. It's like he's doing whatever he wants to do.
Now batting right fielder, number 16, Josh Reddick.
2 down in the 8th. And Josh Reddick, the batter. One of 2 base runners the Oakland A's have produced tonight. Reddick walked with 1 out in the 6th inning after Verlander had retired the first 16 that he had faced.
In game 2, he retired the first 11 to start that game. And we have told you how well he pitches against this team in this ballpark in particular.
Buck, why do you think he makes the big iron for exactly what he's doing tonight? I'm talking major iron he makes, and he's showing why.
Line to center field and a base hit for Josh Reddick. A 2-out single for Reddick. 2nd time he's been aboard tonight.
Reddick's had a couple good at-bats tonight, but based on balls the last time up. And then you see a little turn me over changeup. He stays right on it. You see Verlander tries to flag it down. Careful. Doesn't get any prettier than that on a changeup. Stays right on it.
Well, this A's crowd hoping Stephen Vogt has more drama in him. Bush had the walk-off base hit in game 2. Trying to keep this going in the 8th. Here in game 5, takes a curveball for strike 1.
Doesn't really even have to be pretty, a breaking ball, just for a strike.
Yeah, it's about the 4th pitch you think of as a hitter. Certainly one you're not going to swing at on the first pitch of an at-bat.
Check on Reddick. Back to the bag. Another check. Reddick able to cross over to get back again.
Jim Leyland's kind of in a tough situation here. With the way Verlander has shut down Oakland, if another base runner gets on, no matter who you bring in, the A's hitter's going to go, thank God you got Verlander out of there. So he's kind of in a tough spot.
He's just practicing throwing over to first right now.
But the hitters for Oakland have been totally shut down by Verlander. And for the manager, Jim Leyland, it's like, okay, if this guy gets on, do I make a pitching change?
No.
You can't.
No.
We've got Smiley and Benoit up in the pen. Benoit, the closer for the Tigers. Breaking ball missing away.
And Coco Crisp is on deck. He was hit well against Verlander.
He's the last guy that produced a run against Verlander. The home run to lead off The bottom of the first inning in Detroit last year in Game 1 of the ALDS.
He wants Vogt. This is the guy he's got to have.
The 1-1 on the ground, foul.
Vogt is 0 for 10 against Verlander. And you're right. He doesn't want to go any deeper into this lineup right now here in the 8th. If Vogt hits it out of the ballpark, he's still up by a run.
Vogt with a swing and a miss. He strikes out. That's the 10th strikeout for Justin Verlander, who's through 8. His Tigers have a 3-0 lead. Justin Verlander goes the first 8, throws 111 pitches, and Jim Leyland lets him know his night is over.
I'll tell you what, he was the man. He did exactly what they wanted him to do back-to-back years in Game 5. He didn't go 9 tonight, and oh darn it, he only punched out 10 guys. Not his usual 11, but that's as good as I've seen Verlander.
Yeah, and he was met in the dugout by Jim Leyland, and Leyland looked like he had made up his mind before he ever came off the field. And he will be done after 8 impressive innings.
He picks up his 5th 10K game in the postseason. Ties Bob Gibson, Cliff Lee, and Randy Johnson, who also have 5. Well, into the game for the Oakland A's, their closer, trying to keep it right where it is. A 3-run deficit. Grant Balfour face Austin Jackson to begin things here in the 9th inning. Jackson takes strike 1. Doesn't mean a whole lot now, but of course Balfour got into it with the Tigers and Victor Martinez in Game 3 of the ALDS in Detroit. Swing and a miss.
A very strange exchange between him and Victor Martinez. Martinez doesn't seem like the type of guy that would want to provoke anything. He stared at him. He didn't like the fact that he stared him down. Said something to him, and then the bench is cleared. But it's just a 6-3 game. It didn't make any sense to me.
No, it was a 1-2 pitch, and Martinez took a big cut and fouled it off, and then Balfour and he started screaming at each other. But now it's a distant memory.
It was a 1-2 to Jackson, and he'll lift it in the air down the right field line. On the run is Moss, and he won't get there. Good bid with all this vast foul ground that you have here in Oakland. but out of his reach.
That is a long ways to go. You make an out there, it's like there's no other place in the world that's an out.
Tigers closer Joaquin Benoit preparing for the bottom of the 9th inning. It'll be a bottom of the 9th. It'll feature the top of the Oakland A's order. Crisp, Donaldson, Lowry. Anybody gets on, Cespedes will have a chance. One-two from Balfour. Fouled off.
Balfour has got a win in this series, a win and a save in this series. The 2 wins that the A's have.
Works on adrenaline, yells a lot. Part of the rage here in Oakland.
I wonder where he's going to take that rage next year. It's a free agent.
The 1-2 is going to miss.
Yeah, Balfour signed here after really having a great year for Tampa Bay a couple years ago, and there have been a lot of relievers that have made a lot of money after pitching a year for Tampa Bay. Rafael Soriano, Joaquin Benoit, they all really parlayed their time in Tampa Bay into lucrative contracts.
Swing and a miss. Chasing goes Austin Jackson, who strikes out for the 3rd time tonight. He's out number 1 of the 9th inning.
Once again, Jackson having a tough time.
Number 48, Corey Hunter.
Going down from the creator of Cougar Town and Scrubs, TBS presents Ground Floor, brand new workplace comedy. Premieres Thursday, November the 14th at 10, 9 Central, only on TBS. One down in the 9th. Torrey Hunter. We'll take a look at ball 1. Hunter tonight with a single back in the 4th inning. Going to set the table for Miguel Cabrera, who followed him with a 2-run home run in the 4th inning. That Balfour into the game. Well, it's hitting at just .206 against Balfour during the regular season. And just 10 career saves prior to last year. Fouled off to the right by Hunter, and it's 2-1. That's 62 saves over the past 2 seasons for Grant Balfour.
Kind of wears out the top of his hat, doesn't he? Yanking on it. He goes through a lot of rituals almost every pitch.
In the air to center field. Crisp had been in right center, so he moves into left center, and there are 2 outs in the inning.
What a 1-2 punch, Justin Verlander and Max Scherzer. And when you look at postseason teams, the Dodgers have it with Kershaw and Greinke. And it's all about starting pitching when you get to the postseason, and they can slam the door on any offense.
They punch out 10 guys just to stay in shape, both those guys, don't they? Every start.
2 down here in the top of the 9th inning for Miguel Cabrera. Swing and a miss for strike 1.
Boy, it just makes you shake your head when you look back to that 2-run home run. They have handled Cabrera so effectively, pitching him away. And for some reason, they tried to pitch him inside in the 4th and he had a 2-run home run.
Foul back, and it's 0-2.
Stay there all night, and you see in the 4th inning, ball up, didn't have a lot on it. He didn't crush that ball by any means. Ball just got out, just enough, doesn't matter. Might as well be a bomb, 500 feet.
0-2 pitch. Cabrera fouls it off, stays alive.
Cabrera is a great hitter. And even battling all those injuries, he is still a threat. And his big hit tonight certainly put Justin Verlander in a good frame of mind early.
Their two stars showed up tonight. Verlander huge, and then Cabrera hasn't hit a home run in seems like forever to him.
One home run in September.
Right.
And a big home run in October. Whew.
One-two pitch. That'll bounce in. And it evens at 2-2. Joaquin Benoit still getting ready in the pen for the bottom of the ninth inning. After 8 shutout innings tonight from Justin Verlander. Balfour comes in the ninth. It's Jackson to strike out. Hunter to fly out. Now entrenched in a battle with Miguel Cabrera. Foul off to the right.
You know, everybody's talking about Verlander having a down year, but we talked about the fact that he hasn't given up a run since the 18th of September. Detroit was shut out 4 times in September. They weren't scoring many runs, and Verlander was on the mound when they were shut out 3 of those games.
They struck him out, and a 1-2-3 ninth inning for Balfour. Last chance for the Oakland A's. 3-0 Tigers. American League Division coverage on TBS, presented by T-Mobile. Three to nothing. Tigers have the lead. Great work tonight by Justin Verlander. 8 shutout innings, 10 strikeouts. Just a spectator now. Closer Joaquin Benoit into the game. Took over as a team's closer in mid-June after Jose Valverde faltered. Finished with 24 saves in 26 chances. And just 13 saves prior to this season. And a 1.73 ERA in save situations. Well, for defensive purposes, a whole new left side of the infield for the Tigers. Santiago at third, Iglesias at shortstop. The top of the Oakland A's order, Coco Crisp to lead it off. Last chance for the A's.
Benoit came up big for them in game 1, got 4 outs, punched out the side in the 9th inning, and then last time out gave up a couple runs when he could. And a 4-run lead in game 4.
Coco Crisp has not been on base tonight. So he's flied to left, grounded to short, flied out to left again.
See if these A's could create some magic like they did last year in game 4, off Valverde.
There's a strike. Ball and a strike now to Crisp.
Benoit in game 1 came in and got Josh Donaldson to end the 8th, and then struck out Moss, Cespedes, and Reddick.
That's a big league save.
Big league save in a 3-2 ball game.
Fastball changeup for the most part.
No matter how good his stuff is, it's pedestrian compared to what the A's have seen all night long.
Crisp will take a strike. Tom Hallion with the delayed call, and it's 1-2.
No, that is a huge pitch. That is a ball outside. A's need this. This ball's out of the zone.
Hallion took a good long look. Benoit ready to work with a 1-2 pitch to Coco Crisp. On the ground right side, Infante to first for out number 1 of the 9th. One down for Josh Donaldson. So Crisp goes 0 for 4 in the game tonight.
Boy, that was a big pitch. That strike that he called a strike could have been a totally different count. He'd really have to swing.
Yeah, Coco has done a great job of working the count throughout this entire series. That was a huge call in the Tigers' favor.
Donaldson 0 for 3. Keep in mind the Oakland A's have been only able to compile 2 hits in this game. Single by Cespedes, single by Reddick. Had only one other base runner, the walk by Reddick in the 6th inning.
Doesn't throw very many sliders, but he breaks it out against Donaldson.
Donaldson's been swinging at everything tonight.
Three for 20 in the series is Donaldson as he waits on an 0-1 pitch. Fouled at the plate, gets a piece of the umpire, Tom Hallion, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, and the second pitch was worse than the first pitch, off the plate inside.
Boy, he is in swing mode tonight.
A little professional courtesy here for home plate umpire Tom Hallion as Alex Avila goes out to the mound. Gives him a little extra time after he gets stung by that last foul ball. Benoit with an 0-2 pitch to Josh Donaldson. In the dirt, 1-2. Benoit had 1-2, 1 out in the 9th. They play for Donaldson to go the other way. Austin Jackson, the center fielder, over towards right center. And Benoit taking too much time, so Donaldson asks for time and backs out.
I'm not sure he really wants to throw that pitch. That's why he didn't.
He shook off a lot of pitches, and he wasn't really convinced that was the right pitch to throw. Oakland, top of the order. They need a couple guys on, and they've got a big-time bat just 2 hitters away in Cespedes.
Donaldson with a swing and a miss strikes out, and the Oakland A's are down to their last out. That's the 11th strikeout for Tigers pitching. Of course, Verlander with the first 10.
Well, he did end up throwing what he was going to, which is that split change that goes down and in and out of the strike zone, and Donaldson again flailing.
Oakland has now struck out 57 times in this series.
What's the record? Got to be a record. That's a ton of punch outs. That is a record.
2 down in the 9th as Lowry takes a pitch outside, ball 1. It is a record. The previous record, 2010, the Rangers had 55 against the Rays. Lowry lays off and takes the strike. 1-1 to the Oakland A's shortstop. Outside, ball 2. Oakland had a 2-1 advantage in this series. Had a 3-0 lead in game 4. Lost game 4. Now down to their last out in game 5. Line into left center field, a base hit. Gets down over to cut it off is Kelly. He'll spin and fire back towards second base. And into second with a 2-out double is Jed Lowry. The A's are still alive.
2-1 fastball. Lowry puts a good swing on it. The A's are not done yet. Exactly right. You see Iglesias trying to leap for that ball. Goes into the gap. Lowry gets a double easy.
Tigers brass looking on. 2 down. Lowry at second base.
Yoenis Cespedes with a 10-game hit streak extended tonight, and he's 3 for 6 against Benoit.
Fly to right, pop to short, single to center his last time up. Did he go? No.
He got the 2-run single off of Benoit to make it 8-6. Game 4. That third run is just large.
Swing and a miss. Off balance with Cespedes. And it's a ball and a strike.
That's that great changeup Benoit uses so effectively.
Maybe as nervous as we have seen Justin Verlander all night.
You're always more nervous in the dugout when you have no control over something.
The 1-1 pitch to Cespedes. Swing and a miss. And it's 1-2. Kind of a one-handed cut there.
That's how I ate him up. That changeup ran down and in, and he went out to get it, and then it came inside.
Eight shutout innings for Justin Verlander, who ended up throwing 111 pitches. Joaquin Benoit trying to finish it off here for the Tigers. The 1-2 pitch. Did he go? No. Mike Jamiro on the call at first base. 2-2.
You hate to see him bring him up on that to end the season on a ball in the dirt and a check swing. It looked at first that he had attempted at it, but he held it.
Tigers bench thought he went around.
Every one of them.
That's the biggest check of a check swing from a dugout you're ever going to see.
2 outs, runner at second. A's batting in the bottom of the 9th inning. The 2-2 pitch. And it hits Cespedes. They will bring the tying run to the plate as Cespedes gets hit with the pitch. Question is, did he go? The Tigers want him to check. They'll check. And he did not go, says DeMuro. No swing, hit batsman.
If he would have swung at this ball and it drills him, and he does not swing at it, but I've seen that before where it hits you and they call you out on the swing, but he did not.
So how about this? Runners at first and second with 2 down for the A's in the 9th. Tying run at the plate in Seth Smith, who already has a home run in this series.
And believe me, as good as Benoit's throwing, this A's lineup would much rather battle against him than Verlander. They had enough of Verlander all night long.
Smith will take ball 1.
Smith came up as a tying run in game 4. He had a shot at Benoit. Benoit punched him out.
Benoit got the first 2 outs of the inning, but a double by Jed Lowry. He hits Cespedes. 2 on, 2 down. That's a strike. And it's 1-1.
Smith is a very good fastball hitter, but doesn't handle the off-speed pitch very well. And Benoit, of course, got that great changeup. It's got late life.
Smith with 8 home runs during the regular season, a home run in this ALCS. Ball 2.
Boy, this will get your blood pumping a little bit. One pitch out of the ballpark, tie game.
First time in this game the Oakland A's have had 2 men on in an inning. Two-one pitch from Benoit. Smith hits a high fly ball to right field. In from right comes Torrey Hunter. Makes the catch, and the Detroit Tigers are going back to the American League Championship Series.
They did what they had to do. You see Cabrera with a big home run tonight. Verlander did his thing once again, back-to-back years against the A's. the Tigers seem like they're out of this thing. They were dead in the water in Game 4, 3-0, and they come back and win that game 8-6.
Got a big home run from Johnny Peralta. Their stars stepped up in crucial situations, and Verlander 16 straight retired to start the game, and of course the 2-run home run by the man Miguel Cabrera. No telling what percentage of health Cabrera's at, but he's certainly not 100%, but he got one pitch and didn't miss it.
This is why they call the guy a money pitcher. This is what it's all about. This is why you make the big bucks.
13-12 during the regular season, but Oakland had no chance against Verlander tonight.
But how about Miguel Cabrera coming up big again, a guy who had lost his power with all the injuries that he suffered towards the end of the year, and coming up big with a 2-run home run in this game.
You know, I'll tell you what, you didn't expect him to hit a ball out of the ballpark. You talked about how they kept the ball away from him, a lot of fastballs this whole series, and they make one mistake and he flips it out. He didn't really crush it, hit it just good enough to get out of here, but big money pitcher, big money player, Triple Crown piece, you name it, they got it.
And obviously he was in the lineup because one swing of the bat could make a difference in the series, and he did just that tonight.
Leland should kiss Verlander. Are you kidding me? This guy has come up so big for them, back to back.
How about that tandem right there? That'll make anybody a pretty good manager. And boy, they played well again tonight. Cabrera, 44 home runs in a regular season, and none bigger than that one he hit tonight against Sonny Gray.
Dave Dombrowski very pleased with his team moving on to the American League Championship Series to face the Boston Red Sox.
Let's go. Victor Martinez with a great second half of the season, and he got hot in the playoffs.
Let's check in with David Aldrich.
Justin, I know you have no hitters on your resume, but is that as good a command as you had of all 4 pitches?
Not the best ever, but considering the circumstances, yeah, you know, it felt good out there. It's the first time in a while my changeup's been really good. So obviously in this lineup with a bunch of left-handed hitters, that was a big pitch for me.
They are a big swing team. They like to be aggressive. How did you use their aggressiveness against them?
Well, you know, I think you just execute your pitches. You know, if you hit your spots, the big swings don't usually work. You know, they got guys in there that battle, and they have an outstanding team top to bottom, and anybody can hurt you. But you know, you just got to focus on executing. You can't pay attention to those guys taking big swings. You just got to focus on making your pitch.
You threw 111 pitches through 8 innings. I saw you talking to Jeff Jones and to Jim after the 8th inning. Did you try to lobby for the 9th inning?
A little bit. You know, I told him I'm running on fumes here, but send me back out there and let's see what happens if I get 3 up, 3 down. And Jim told me, you know, you don't want to bring in a closer. You know, if I give up a base runner and they take me out of the game, you don't want to bring in the closer with men on base in a sticky situation. So that made complete sense to me. And, you know, Benoit's been fantastic for us all year.
You talked earlier about having some unfinished business. You guys obviously want to get back to the series and have a different outcome this year. How has that motivated this team all year, and how does that motivate you going into the ALCS?
You know, that's the motivation that we've been looking for, you know, that we've had all year. You know, you got guys like Torrey who came in here, and he wasn't a part of our team last year, but But I was expecting a big boo there from these guys. I get it every time they say my name here. But, you know, you got guys like Torrey, who wasn't a part of our team last year, but he comes in and he's got that urge that he wants to win that championship before he retires. And everybody else that was here that had a taste of that last year and how much it hurts, you know, it's that extra driving factor. Take one.
Absolutely. Congratulations, Justin.
Thank you.
Justin Verlander wins the 2012 Game 5. He wins Game 5 in 2013 against the Oakland A's again. Back-to-back seasons, he's been able to do that in Game 5. An incredible night tonight for Verlander as we send it back down to David.
Miguel, they were pitching you away the whole series. How surprised were you that Sonny tried to come inside with a fastball?
I mean, I want to pitch me away, you know. I want to stay my eye to the opposite way. And that's it. That's my game. He made a mistake right there. I'm able to throw around. I pitch up right there.
That was a huge hit, obviously. How did that do for you, and what do you think it did for the team?
Say that again?
How big was that home run for you?
I mean, when you score wrong in this game, it's big, you know. anytime in the game. I mean, we coming to it ready to play, ready to swing the bat, and ready to pitch. Verlander throw a unbelievable game. You know, he's a man.
You've seen him a lot. Is that as good as you've ever seen him?
That's him, man. That's him. You know, it's he one of the best pitchers in the league right now. You know, so he coming to age, pitch a strong inning, and we us the chance to win.
So, what do you think now about going up against Boston in the ALCS?
We don't think nothing right now. We want to enjoy the moment. We see when we play as team. We play Saturday, and we see what happened the first day.
Miguel, congratulations. Thanks very much.
I want to say hi to Pedro. What a afro, Pedro.
Back to you, Don.
All right, David, thanks very much. Well, the party is on for the Detroit Tigers as they'll be heading to the American League Championship Series. And they got it done tonight as they were able to blank the Oakland A's in Game 5.
Yeah, they sure did, and they used the right combination of impressive pitching, and then they went to Benoit to get the final out of the ball game. And it was Verlander setting the tone, Miguel Cabrera with a big hit, as he's done so often in his career.
Yeah, once again, a little drama there in the ninth inning. The A's trying to make some magic there, but they fell short. The fly ball there you see to Hunter, but you know, Hunter, he's looking at going to the World Series, never has done that in his career, so he's a happy man tonight. They've got a long ways to go trying to get past Boston. That's going to be a very difficult series for the Detroit Tigers, but right now they're going to enjoy the moment, like Cabrera said, one thing at a time.
Great pitching matchups throughout that series with Lester, Buchholz, and Lackey top three for the Red Sox, and of course the Tigers have a terrific top three as well with Verlander, Scherzer, and Sanchez.
Now the Tigers will be headed to Boston as they are going back to the American League Championship Series again with their victory tonight behind fantastic pitching from Justin Verlander. The final again, the Tigers beat the A's 3-0 as Dave Dombrowski and the Detroit Tigers are headed back to the ALCS. Well, for Buck Martinez, Dennis Eckersley, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our crew, I'm Don Orsillo saying goodnight from Oakland. Tomorrow on TBS, it's Game 1 of the National League Championship Series between the Dodgers and the Cardinals. Stay tuned for the postseason show on TBS, presented by Johnny Walker. Remember to drink responsibly. Now let's send it to Keith Olbermann in Atlanta.